Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be playing some Cindra games. We're going to talk about the meta breakdown from this past weekend for ProQuest, and we're also going to talk about the dev talk a little bit. Now, I have to admit, I have not got to listen to the whole thing, but I've heard some pretty spicy things from the dev talk that they just posted on the Fab TCG YouTube page, which should be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to talk about this. Should be pretty interesting. We are going to talk about Cindra, some of the different builds, and what I think I might play at ProQuest this weekend. There is a ProQuest this weekend that's not exactly a local one. I think I'm going to go to it. I know that Aurora is no longer legal, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute, but I still think I'm going to go. I want to hang out. You know, it's in an area I don't get to go to very often. It's about 3.5 hours from us, but I got a couple buddies that are going, so it's going to make it a little bit easier to make that trip, all things considered. But let's say hi to everybody first. Mekado, Dot, Ben, Dracode, Dave, and Rose, how is everybody? Band's coming on the 19th. They promised me CYB ban, please, Brian Gottlieb. Okay, all right. I don't know if they promised anything, but I haven't. If they promised it, I haven't heard that yet. But there was a couple interesting things that came from the dev talk that were pretty cool. For anybody who does not know, Aurora is officially Living Legend. She ended at like 1,051 points, I think, or something like that, which is not super surprising. She gained about 140 each week. We're going to talk about her win percentage from the last week and stuff like that. But they announced during the dev talk that Aurora's coming back next year. That Aurora's like, you know, not just completely gone. Like, it's not something we should just hang up on the shelves and be done with. That next year we're going to get Aurora back, which means keep your lightning cards. Don't sell them. I'm pretty excited about that. When I heard that, I was really excited. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I had dinner right before the stream. But I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that they're going to bring Aurora back. I'm curious to see if they like find a better way to balance Aurora this time around and like, you know, make her not terrible, but also make her not dominate the metagame. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It should be pretty interesting, but I thought that announcement was pretty sweet, and I thought you guys might enjoy that. Dev Talk was a banger. I completely agree. You came from the Dev Talk. I know they're handsome, but keep it to yourself. I did. I haven't got to watch the whole thing yet, but I did see pieces of it, dude. Me, when aggro, will never play Fang. So Simo, no spoilers, but there may be a pretty cool stream coming up. We may have a really cool collab coming up, a really cool Fang collab stream coming up, which could be pretty cool. So be sure to check that out. I'm not exactly sure. They probably banned Flicker Wisp. I could see that. I'm betting money on some spicy bans on the 19th, perhaps some Florian bans. I could also see that if they make some ban updates, like, you know, 2 to 3 weeks before Nats, and then they also release a new set the weekend of Nats, we could see some really spicy stuff. Makes testing really interesting. I will say. So the ban list update coming a week early makes me think they are anticipating a ban before high seas for upcoming heroes to what they had to do with Needle. Could be something like that. I could see something like that, Dot. That doesn't sound crazy. I'm going to miss Aurora. I like hunting them on Talishar. I'm going to miss Aurora because I like playing her. I actually pulled out my deck box, and I did not have the heart to pull my Aurora deck out of my deck box. I'm going to have to because I got to play something else this weekend, but I didn't have the heart to do it today. If there's a codex ban, I'm going to cry. I doubt there'll be a codex ban. They would have banned that card already. Maybe the ban list means there's going to be a big shakeup. I do agree with that, Ludiful. It means it'll be something big, and we got to stay strapped in for whatever's going to happen. So, should be really interesting. US Nats is going to be so hard to plan for if it's big bans and news set like you say. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like, it's going to be tough to plan for. I'm actually very interested to see what Nats looks like for me. Because last year at Nationals, you guys are probably aware of this, but I had a pretty bad showing last year at Nationals. I did not feel comfortable going into the event. I didn't really feel like there was a deck I liked. So I don't know. We're going to see what happens this time around. It could be a ban. It could be a Scepter ban. We could see that, Rose. We could see that for sure. Could also be a Ranger ban. I could see Scepter and multiple things going in this ban. Let me play Artivore Olympia again. Dude, I'm telling you, you had the sauce figured out, man, with that Golden Anvil. Dude, the Stonewall Gauntlet plan. Solid. How did everybody's ProQuest go this weekend? I went to one ProQuest and I lost in top 8. I lost the Aurora Mirror in top 8. New Horizons ban? If they ban New Horizons, I traded mine at the right time because I traded it like last weekend, 2 weekends ago for a buttload of trades. So it was really good for me. All right, taking a look at our meta breakdown from this past week here before we jump into our deck and talk about some different things. Aurora won 44 ProQuests. She won 47 last week, so this is not super surprising. Florian won 5 more than he won from the week before. So you're seeing 2 very different Runeblades, but still 2 Runeblades dominate the metagame here. That's like what? That's 81 wins between 2 heroes out of like 150 or something like that. Like, it is crazy how well the Runeblades just are. It's not that surprising to any of us who have been around for a while. As everybody knows, James White loves his Runeblades. But I mean, like, Aurora's gone. Let's see. The 19th means there's going to be one more weekend. Like, we're going to have this weekend of ProQuest, and then we're going to get a ban on the 19th. So, I mean, I don't know. It should be interesting. I'm curious to see what happens. One thing that I thought was pretty cool is you kind of see Cindra right here. Cindra's got 5 wins. Azalea's got 7, kind of creeping up there a little bit. We again see Victor with 2. You also see Dashi or Dash IE with 2 and Dashio with 2. You know, you kind of see both the dashes right there in the picture, which is kind of cool. Let's see. We even got a Bravo winning down here. I'm honestly surprised Fang is not winning more events, if you want the truth. I don't know. That's kind of surprising to me that Fang is not winning more events. I think Fang is actually going to be a pretty good spot. Tri-Shot 3 Yoke or Digging Super Deek and Death Dealer ban? I doubt they'll ban Death Dealer, right? We are probably going to be foiling out Cindra, to be honest, Himmel. I'm probably going to be sending you my my meme that I send you that says, I am once again asking for foils. Like, it'll probably be soon. I got to go through my boxes and see what I have already. But yeah, you're probably going to get a message from me soon talking about foiling out Cindra. I was like, I feel like, Himmel, I should just give you my wallet sometimes, dude. Yeah, Dash A's at 949. The Fangs tax, the Fang tax, to be honest, it's because I'm here. I honestly think Fang is better than everybody thinks right now. Or maybe everybody thinks he's pretty good and they're trying to keep it under wrap for Nats. I'm not sure. But either way, I'll probably be testing a lot of Cindra. But I do have a cool... I think I'm trying to work out the details right now, but we have a pretty cool Fang stream coming up here in the next few weeks. So... Himmel has my bank account info, I think. I mean, I think he does for most of us, right? Like, Himmel's just so good at getting us all the cards quick. Anticipate all those gem pack purchases? Lol. Cards just keep showing up. I mean, listen, I keep sending the man funds and we keep getting more cards, you know? Like, hey, listen, Himmel's good at what he does, man, you know? All right, so taking a look at our list, we did change a couple things from last night. We're going to spend a few more minutes talking about the deck on, like, a deeper level and like the overall discussion here of Cindra and how to approach the deck from a deck building perspective before we play some games tonight. So this is like the all-in, you know, YOLO red version of the deck that's on like 60 reds in the main deck. We are currently on 2 Lava Bursts and we're on just 60 reds here. The Wrath of Retribution, I like this card a lot, even in the solo red version. The card that has stood out the most to me in this deck has been March of Loyalty. This card has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be, if I'm just being straight up honest with you guys. I've really liked this card a lot. It's felt really clean, really crisp in a lot of games. March of Loyalty has been really good. The more I play this deck, the less I think 60 reds is the game plan that we should be on, if I'm being honest. Now, I have changed the sideboard around a little bit. We're going to talk about here in a minute. The Dot's kind of like, you know, thrown some ideas my way, and I really like. A couple of cards that fit really well into this deck that I was not really expecting was Cut Through. Cut Through has felt really good, just as another 0 for 4 with Go again is really good. Yo, what's up, Trent? Hey, Andrew, what's up, buddy? He's really not good without the Fealty setup. When he is, he's on rate or slightly better than most other heroes. I think even with like some blues in the deck, you can still do okay. I don't know. I think people are sleeping on Io, to be honest. I believe that, Makolo. I believe that. I think my Cindra friend is on 10 to 12 blues. 60 reds is too many reds. I agree. I agree that 60 reds is too many reds. I think I'm probably going to try a list that's on 9 blues is where I want to start. And I know some people, like, I know that, like, you know, like Rose and like, you know, Dot and a few other people have been saying that they're on like 12. And I think that I think Ben, I can't remember his last name. It's like Ben S. I think Ben was on like 12 or 13, I think. I can't remember. Put a bunch of blues in right now. Listen to Trent out here, dude. Trent, thank you so much for the 15 months, brother. I appreciate the love, Trent. It means a lot, dude. We might change the deck around as the stream goes on tonight. I want to try some things. I haven't built a blue version of the deck yet, but I think that 9 blues is kind of where I want to start. I don't know, like so here's how I'm thinking about it. 6 blues was good enough for Aurora, so I think that 12 should be, or 9 should be where we start statistically, because I am still going to play, like, the idea that I'm thinking here, that I'm thinking for like a blue build, is I'm thinking that we be on 9 blues and we be on 9 1-cost attacks. Now, I think those 1-cost attacks are going to be Demonstrate Devotion, Hunt the Hunter, and Spreading Flames. I'm not counting Wrath of Retribution as a costed attack or Blood Runs Deep, because those are traditionally free, but I think that in some costs those can work, you know, even a little bit there. Hey, Rob, what's up? How many Joe is on? Joe? No, I did not hear about that. I don't know. Did Joe, is that somebody that won an event recently, Rob? I must have missed something. Hey, Valur, what's up, dude? How are you, buddy? They were on 3 Throw Dagger, 3 Dragon Power, 2 Concealed Blade, 1 Exposed, 3 Warm Dip. 3 Warm Dip? Warm Dip? Oh my god, Rob. Oh my god. I cannot believe I fell for that, dude. See, Rob is so good because he waits like 2 weeks until I like lull myself to sleep and then he comes back, dude. Oh my god, dude. I cannot believe I walked into that. Joe, what's up, dude? What's up, buddy? The zero blue deck just feels like you can't leverage the daggers enough. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. All right, you know what? We know what this deck does, right? Like we know what this deck does, and like we've played it quite a bit. I mean, I don't know. Like it would just take so long to rework the deck on stream. You know what? This is the content that we do. Let's see what you guys want. Let's see. Which Cindra do we play? Build a blue version. Play all reds tonight. Actually, I'm just going to put play all reds. All right, here we go. We're going to put up a poll. We're going to give this a couple minutes here. I'm going to post this in the Twitch chat for you guys as well. Build a blue version, play all reds. And we're going to talk about the idea here while we give this a couple minutes so that I can let you guys kind of vote on what we're thinking here before we like continue jumping into the deck. But you guys can vote on the poll there. There is a big banned list next week. Scepter's the card at the top of my list. I think people can find your process for refining a deck list insightful. Okay, fair enough, man. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Drew wants blues. All right, I'm here with it. It's been a minute. Hope life's doing well for you. Sorry for the LL. Been busting my toe with Wicked at work, and I'm watching on break. Dude, Waves, no apologies necessary, man. I appreciate you coming by and saying hi, man. I hope you and your family are doing well, man. I just take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself always. It's always priority number one. And when you can come by, man, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it very much, brother. Ban my list. Purple version. Yo, purple. What? You can attack with them, flick, and attack with them again, which is pretty cool. I think that I do think that you need at least one dagger in play at all times. Hey, Annabelle, what's up? I can see Scepter and Plume. Plume also makes a lot of sense. I could also see that as well. To kind of slow down some of the crazy combo shenanigans. All right, it is 85% for build a blue version on let's see. So we're 50-50 on Twitch right now at 1-1, but it's 85% to build a blue version on all right, let's do it then. Got an interview tomorrow? Annabelle, you're going to crush it. You're going to crush it tomorrow. All right, well, if we're going to build a blue version, then we're just going to take everything out of the deck, I think. I think it is everything out of the deck, and we start from square one, if I'm being honest. Whew. All right, let's do it. You don't need Art or Rabble. So Rabble is the first card to go if we cut blues. 100%. I think we're just going to cut everything and start from the beginning. I'm going to leave a few of these cards in here that I know we're going to be playing. I'm skeptical on whether we should have Snatch or not. All right, so I think if we're going to be on blues, we're going to be on Warmongers. I really like Warmongers as a great tech card. I think we need to be on Throw Daggers. Now, you know what? We're going to... Man, some of these cards I just want to keep in here. I don't want to trade some of these cards out because I like them too much. So it's going to be Warmongers, Throw Daggers. Where's it at? Throw Dagger. And then I think Blue Brand is really the way to go. That is I think that is blues number 7 through 9, I think is really the place to be. Now, we're at 48 cards here. Okay. Do we need to be on 3 Lava Burst and 2 Ignite here, I guess is the question. Dragon Power above Brand? Okay. Okay. Let's see. So blue dragon power. I mean, it does make all of our blues 3 blocks, right? Which is pretty powerful. We're also going to be on spreading flames. Like, if we're playing blues, we need to be on spreading flames. It's not a question, in my opinion. It's more of like a statement. At least one concealed blade. New likes taking one of your daggers. I'm going to add CNC to the sideboard here. You know what? Let's go ahead and get rid of, like, our sideboard cards here. I think we're just going to have to completely start over with, like, our sideboard and just completely work from the... I don't want those in the maybe slot. Good lord, Zach. All right. And then I think these are, like, good equipment pieces. So we have 9 blues right now, which I think is a really good place to be. I think Wrath of Retribution just gets better since we have blues in our deck. Now, I think the numbers say that if you want to have a blue in every hand, it's somewhere between 15 and 18. I think is like the math on that. I think that's like where the math lands. One of the things we have to ask ourselves here when we're looking at this is, do we want Hunt the Hunter? Now, Hunt the Hunter is a really cool card, but it does not play well with Spreading Flames. So something we have to consider. I think we're supposed to keep an Oath of Loyalty here. I do like Red Brand with Cinderclaw because I think that it works too well with Art of the Dragon Blood, and it also works really well with Oath of Loyalty. So I think that just works too well. This is what my friend ran at Calling London. I remember them saying they didn't like Devotion Never Dies, so has changed it since. Devotion Never Dies. Oh, I don't like that card at all. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that card at all. That card scares me. I do not like the Hunter at all in Cindra or Fang. I mean, it's been pretty good in this like red line version of the deck we've been playing. It's felt pretty good. Maybe we cut that. Maybe the 1 for 5 that doesn't work with Spreading Flames is something we need to cut. We could be on like Mounting Anger. Could be like really good. Could be like a really good replacement here. Ignite feels lower power. I agree Ignite feels lower power, but I think if we're going to cut Ignite, we probably need to play more blues, right? Like 9 blues and Ignites feels pretty good, I think. Man, Concealed Blade, like, so somebody just said that, like, Warmongers wasn't it. I don't know. I would argue that Warmongers just gets better in the current metagame. It does work into Florian, like trying to slow them down a little bit. If they try to keep a big hand, you can end a turn on it. It's also really good against Vincent. And it has situationally, like, better plays at... I don't know. It has situationally better plays with, like, trying to slow down certain decks here and there. So I kind of like that card. I kind of like blue Warmongers here. Devotion Never Dies is so good. I know that multiple people have told me that over the time, like the course of time, but I have yet to see that. I don't know. Like, I have such a hard time being convinced that we should be on Devotion Never Dies. Every time I played that card and we play against a competent player, it's never good. I don't think I like Drop. I agree that the +1 resource is less powerful with more blues. I definitely hear what you're saying. I completely hear what you're saying, Dot. I don't know. I think we're gonna, like, there might be a consideration to go to 2 and play like a 3rd Lava Burst or something. We did cut down on Enders a little bit, so maybe we can play 2 Ignites and a Lava Burst. Maybe that's like the route we decide to go here. I don't hate this. I guess, like, what blues are we gonna play? Like, what blues are we gonna play if we're not on Warmonger's Diplomacy? I mean, I guess we could be on, like, Cinderskin Devotion. It's like a 3 block that kind of, like, works with what we're trying to do. Playing 3 Concealed Blades feels almost like a gimmick over playing Warmonger's Diplomacy. I mean, like, I see what you guys are saying, and you want to run the extra dagger. So right now we're at 63 spots. I like having 54 main deck cards because it gives us 6 cards we can sideboard in and out in specific matchups. So, like, what are other blues we can play besides Concealed Blade? I don't know how I feel about Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Like, we could, like, since we're on more blues, I guess we could try to get aggressive with, a with like some salt the wounds, and like maybe like some of the tenacities, whatever they're called. Maybe they're just called tenacity. The other yellow, that's like the opposite of salt the wound. It's like for every card they blocked with that turn cycle. Could be pretty good. Flying Kick, randomly not bad. Just like a solid like blue 2 for 5, but we're probably just better off playing like other cards. Knives Out could be like cute, but if we're gonna play Knives Out, I would just play Concealed Blade and play the extra dagger. I think that would just be better. Lava Vein Loyalty stands as a solid 3 block that also works, but if I was gonna play that card, like wouldn't we just play Brand because it works better? Like the 3 block is fine, but like I'd probably just rather be on Brand if I had to guess. I don't think there's ever a world we want this card. I don't think we ever play this card, right? It's just called Tenacity, okay. Hear what you're saying about Warmongers, but in practice, it feels clunky sometimes. Side note, Imperial Seal is a must. Imperial Seal's going in the sideboard. I really like the idea of playing Imperial Seal in the sideboard as like a way to like bring in some certain cards in specific matchups. I kind of don't hate Silver Talons, to be honest. Like, I think this card is better than everybody gives it credit for, because it's just a blue, like 0 for 2 with some split, or 0 for 3 with split damage. Stab Wound could also just be a pretty good card we could play. I like this card quite a bit. I mean, we're on what? 6 1-cost cards in the main deck? So we would have to cut something else. I mean, is there a world that we cut Art of the Dragon Blood? Since we're on 9 blues, maybe we're getting less value out of a card like that, since we're not going to be on like all reds. Rake Over the Coals could be good. Could be pretty good. I mean, we're on 6 cards that generate fealty, and we're on 3 cards that mark. So, I mean, we're on 9 fealty generation, so maybe not that. Stab Wound's not a bad one. I don't know. I kind of like this card as like a blue ender. 2 Burdens of the Past. Burdens of the Past is like a very targeted call, right? Like that would be like a card we would sideboard as a 2 of in the sideboard, and we would like swap it out for a different blue, right? I could see, like, yeah, I think Rake is fine. Wait, what are we talking about? I mean, I don't hate Burdens of the Past in the sideboard. We're going to go Stab Wound for now because this is the blue that appeals to me the most of everything I'm looking at. We could also just be on like some wax on, wax off shenanigans. Could be pretty good. If we wanted to go that route, I'm not saying we should, but it is an option that we have. Is there any world that we actually add AB Chest? And we can run AB2 and Spell Void, maybe? I mean, I guess that's true. They can decompose them away. I don't hate the idea of the Concealed Blade and like trying to be able to get our daggers back that way. Like having an extra dagger we can get out of the sideboard. I don't know. Let's... So I'm going to be honest with the 9 blues. I'm not sold on this. I'm not sold on this, but I don't really want to cut our 0 for 4. I mean, we could cut Art of the Dragon Blood and play like... what's the 0 for 3 that gets +1 and go again? You want Tide Flippers maybe if you're on blues? I mean, Tide Flippers is probably better, but we're on Spellfray Leggings, right? I mean, I guess we could be on Lantern Leggings and then like Spellfray Chest would be fine. Could also be something we could do. Well, I don't... Like, we probably want one more Chain Ender. So let's see right now, what are cards that do not have Go Again, that we cannot grant Go Again when we think about this? Right now, Lava Burst and Dragon Power. So of our reds, like everything else has go again conditionally in some fashion. So maybe we're supposed to be on Art of the Dragon Fire. I don't hate that card. Just as like a 1-for-7 is really solid. I also like the one that destroys equipment in specific matchups, but I think the 1-for-5 is probably just better, right? Skyward Serenade, missing a bullet point, changed everything. Oh, I haven't even heard about this. I haven't even heard about this yet, Moose. I don't hate Breaking Point at all. I don't hate Breaking Point at all. Your utility cards should be blue and yellow, and your attacks should be red. That I do agree with. That I agree with very much so. The problem is I want to be on a 54 card main deck. Like we can't. I'm not gonna play 60 cards because then that's not our main deck. Like that's just like something we're like changing a little bit. This is the Skyward thing. Okay, we're gonna look at this. I haven't got to listen to the whole episode yet, Moose. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Just make this. What's it say? Since we've come this far, search your deck for a Skizit, Bannock, and go again? Oh, they changed it to always have go again? Yo. That's spicy. That's spicy, dude. That's spicy right there. Interesting. That's crazy to me that that was supposed to be that way. Aurora probably would... Nobody would play that card. Dude, that card would not see play. That card would not see play if that was the case. Interesting. That's really interesting. All right, so guys, if we're going to add Art of the Dragonfire to the main deck, a card's got to come out. Like, there are no other questions about that. A card has to come out. I mean, we could cut Hot on Their Heels if we wanted to. Hot on Their Heels seems like a fine card to cut. Although that's a card that marks and like sets up a little bit. I don't think we're really supposed to cut. I don't know what else we cut, dude. You love to see it. Yo, Christian Diaz Dominguez. Cool name. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Was supposed to be printed that way and it didn't get sent to the printers with the updated version. So it was actually just supposed to be that way. Start with the blues you are going to use, then go to zero cost red. So these are the blues we're going to play. Throw Dagger, Dragon Power, and Stab Wound are the blues I've settled on for right now. The zero cost reds that I want, and to be fair, like I think all of these cards could just be like... In my brain, I'm on 8 blues and 2 Blood Runs Deep. 2 Blood Runs Deep is spicy. I mean, I think we just need to play 3 of this card, right? You don't play Lava Burst? Hard to draw mark cards when we're on 3 Art of the Dragon Blood. I agree there. You don't need 3 Blood Runs Deep. Or even a 2 or 1 of is generally fine. I felt okay cutting Ronin Renegade in my blue list. Ooh, interesting. Only on 2 Blood Runs Deep, Art of the Dragon Blood? Huh. What if we play... Alright, so what if we do this? Since everybody's a little interested in like kind of like doing some spicy things here. What if we did this? Is it Art of the Dragon? It is. We could do this. I don't hate this, to be honest. I don't hate this at all. How many 0 costs does that leave us on? Or how many 1 costs does that put us on? 3, 6, 9. It's 9 blues and 9 1 costs. I mean, I'm okay with this. I mean, I agree that Ronin Renegade is the weakest card because it's just a 0 for 3 with go again, but like the consistency of having the non-conditional starter is really good. That's why I want to play all 9. I want to be on Rising, Brand, and Ronin because they're non-conditional starters that just allow us to start the turn this way. Art of Dragon Blood is also too where I'm at. You don't miss the cost reduction as much with blues. Yeah, it's kind of my thought there is that we kind of feel the same way like about the idea of Art of the Dragon Blood and like the blues kind of canceling each other out a little bit. All right, so now we have 63 cards in our deck. Now the question is, do we want to play an extra dagger in the sideboard? Are we interested in having a dagger in the sideboard? I'll tell you what, let's build the rest of our deck first. We're on blues, let's just play Command and Conquer, right? Like, let's just play Command and Conquer. I think Command and Conquer is a very good card to have. That puts us to 68. We should be on Shelter, in my opinion. Shelter feels really good. And then I also like Loyalty. That gives us 6 defense reactions. I'm going to move this out of our maybe pile for now. CNC is insane. Why is CNC insane? Like, I don't feel like that's that crazy. We're playing 9 blues, and like we also have a chest piece to make this work randomly. I don't think this is that crazy, to be honest. Let's see, 75, 78. So we get 6 more sideboard cards, and then we have 2 equipment pieces, basically. I do think that since we're on 9 blues, we can be on Spellfray Chest. Let's see. Spellfray. So we get to be on Spellfray Cloak, and we get to be on Tide Flippers. I'm on That All You Got for Assassin. Make Draconic, hit, give it go again, then keep hitting. Wait, what? I don't know. Loyalty Beyond the Grave felt pretty good to me the other day. I would use Tide Flippers for the AB instead of Lantern. Losing the 1 dagger feels awkward, and like I can't put as much pressure on them. With Furnace, you might as well run the book that draws 2 and the Blood of Drakai. I don't know how I feel about that, James. Furnace is like specifically for like being able to block whatever we need it to. Like at this point, it's currently in here for Prism. Are 3 of our sideboard slots supposed to be Concealed Blade, and we like sideboard it in and out when we need to? I mean, like, this is a pretty... It's a pretty interesting sideboard we've come up with so far. I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, maybe we're just supposed to be on Concealed Blade over Stab Wound, and then we're just supposed to, like, play the dagger in the side anyway. It does open us up for more sideboard slots. I think that if we're playing the Cindra Mirror, and we're going second, we're going to play Shelter and Command and Conquer. And if we go first, we're going to play Loyalty Beyond the Grave and Shelter. I think it's kind of like my plan here. I was debating Prowess earlier, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. My base take is that if you want to counter Assassin, you should look at Sound the Alarm. I actually don't hate the idea of like sideboard Sound the Alarm. And then you can kind of just like trade it out with Art of the Dragonfire maybe in some of the like that matchup against like some of the assassins. Because against assassins, like, so against assassins, you're probably bringing in like blues, the 3 other blues, the Command and Conquers, and then you're also just going to bring in the Sound the Alarms and just play 69 cards. I've only found New and Mystic to be the one thing for banishing your daggers, and even then, they don't want to save Passover for when they can get you. That's fair. I mean, that makes sense, Arclight. AB2 would be specifically for Kano, so we would be on AB2 and we would be on, like, Cloak, because I honestly think that you can expect to see more Kano with the meta shakeup. Sideboard, like, Lynx and Tenacity seems okay. it's possible. Like, I think we're just supposed to be on Mask Momentum in every matchup, right? Like, I don't think there's really a matchup that we really want to be on Lynx now. If Cindra becomes popular, then min set players will start to play 2 Invert Existence. So you should run 3 daggers. I mean, that's fair. What does Sound the Alarm say? If there's an attack reaction is revealed. I mean, I don't hate this, right? But we're also not playing D-Re. Well, we probably are. Against New, we're probably just playing everything, right? Like, it's just going to be... Like, we're just going to bring in all 15 sideboard cards and just play 69 into them. Lynx works well into Guardian. I mean, but so does Momentum, right? Because we're just trying to play the game plan of pressuring them over and over and over again. Plus, against Jarl, we can bring in our extra blues and Command and Conquers. I'm wondering if Sound the Alarm is just better into Fang. Like, maybe our sideboard plan into Fang is just to bring in these 9 cards. And so since we're on this kind of plan, we're going to be cutting our... We're going to be moving it to the sideboard. Because if we're playing an aggro matchup, right? So, like, right now, I'm thinking if we're playing the Mirror and we're going second, we're going to bring in Art of the Dragonfire, Command and Conqueror, and Shelter. If we're going first, it's going to be Shelter, Loyalty Beyond the Grave, and Art of the Dragonfire. I kind of think this is like a good place to start and test tonight. I like having the extra like tech here in the sideboard. I don't know what another card we would run that would be. Like, I know that, like, Lynx works well into Guardian, but, like, we don't ever want to run it into Jarl, right? So it specifically works into Victor, is what we're saying. Like, we're saying, would we rather have Mask of the Pouncing Lynx as opposed to Mask of Momentum? So, at that point, we could go down to, like, 2 Concealed Blades. We could, like, cut the Lantern, I guess. And then we could play 1 of Tenacity and 1 of Lynx would be the plan. I think forcing Victor to block out is better. I mean, I also like don't disagree with you. So leaving Mask is great since it can force blocks and getting cards out. I mean, yeah. Like, I definitely hear what you're saying, Ironside, about like the fact that like we can run Tenacity in the board, but it kind of feels like a trap to me. I don't know. I feel like this is a really good starting place. Somebody asked why 2 Ignites. I mean, to be fair, we are on 9 blues. I still think Ignite is a really good card to have in the deck because we are on 9 1-cost attacks. We also have the ability to go like Ignite into Spreading Flames and then like do some like random stuff with like shenanigans there. You also have the ability to like use Ignite to make Wrath cost 1 less to make it kind of free. You can use it with Display Loyalty. You can use it with Art of the Dragonfire, which we have 3 of in the sideboard here. I don't know. Like, I think this is a pretty good place to start, and we're gonna try here. So if we're gonna run Lynx, right? Like, we need to be on 2 and 2. So if we were gonna run that, we would probably cut. I don't know, like. We'd probably end up cutting like Loyalty Beyond the Grave and the Lantern, and then we just play Lynx, and then well, no, that's 5 cards. We'd have to play 2 and 1. No, we're not short cards. It should be 80 if I was looking correctly. Yeah, we're at exactly 80 cards. I don't know. Let's see how this does. Let's play a couple games with this, and then we'll talk about things we can change and work on here. Because I am going to a ProQuest this weekend, more than likely. So we kind of need to figure out what we're playing and what we want to change. Like, what we would change about our deck. Concealed Blade could very well be a trap. That is very, very possible that card is just not good enough. And we're just going to have some pretty bad, like, we're just going to have some pretty bad looks with it. So we're playing against Fang. We are going to go second. Now the question is, oh hey, it's Joe. Joe, best of luck to you, brother. Since we're going second, this definitely is a sound the alarm matchup. Do we just want to bring in loyalties and shelters, or do we just want to like go ham? I mean, we're going second, so honestly, we could go sound the alarm, Command and Conquer, and Shelter, or probably Loyalty Beyond the Grave, right? Just play these cards. I really like the idea of being on Command and Conquer when we're going second. We're going to see how it lines up and how it feels so far. Yeah, I could see Mask of the Pouncing Links being good in those two matchups specifically. That does make sense. An attack reaction card. Mark them. Joke's on you. We should probably be on some number of Ancestral Empowerment too, right? Haven't played with this version yet. It's definitely the worst blue in the deck in my experience. I mean, I think that's very fair. I mean, Sound the Alarm is just a great card here, right? Because it's basically just gonna like let us go get a second copy of Loyalty Beyond the Grave. Like, I hate to take damage on turn 0, but I think that's just kind of the situation we're priced into, right? Like, we're just gonna... I mean, they might push damage here. They're also on Kabuto instead of Crown of Providence, which means if we draw a Command and Conquer, it's looking a lot better here for us. Dagger, blood, or display loyalty, blood runs deep, sound the alarm. I mean, this hand's like almost perfect. I don't play Ancestral in my blue deck. I guess with blues, it could be awkward. That makes sense. I could see that. It's definitely more of like, I feel like it probably gets more value into like the Cheerios build of the deck, which makes a lot of sense. We are not going to use this. Display loyalty creates a fealty token, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. Fang should have just arsenaled when he saw your loyalty. Instead of attacking me again? Why? You like Ancestral in the blue build, Ben? What do you like so much about it? Again, guys, there's not really any wrong opinions. Like, I'm just here to get your all's thoughts, you know? Like, I'm all about, like, us talking and getting each other's thoughts. We are going to use Flick to keep Mask of Momentum alive here. God, I love Flick Knives keeping this going. It just makes the chain so awkward for your opponents. Blood Runs Deep also, like, triggers the whole thing here, which is awesome. We are not going to get a counter. There's no reason to. If this hits, we do get Mask of Momentum. Our opponent's going to block. We're going to play Sound the Alarm, which feels awesome here. We're going to go get Loyalty from Beyond the Grave. And then if they let this hit, we're going to draw the Loyalty from Beyond the Grave. Wow. This is an insane turn cycle for us. Ancestral has always felt good in my opinion. I mean, fair enough, man. There are plenty of wrong opinions. I don't, that's not how opinions work, Drew. That's not how opinions work, brother. Oh. I'm very surprised they were so willing to give me Mask there. So we're going to pitch hot on their heels for a dagger here. Buff power, so this buffs up to 4. I mean, yeah, sure, that's fine. I'm not really interested in utilizing the Loyalty Beyond the Grave here. I mean, we could, but I would rather save that for like a Spreading Flames turn. Blistering Blade is going to bump this up to 5. I am going to play... Oh, and they're going to mark us? All right, well, we're going to give them the loyalty here. We're going to end up taking 5 down to 29. So even if you have multiple blues and attack and Ancestral, you still just go Dagger, Dagger, attack? I mean, sure. Have you seen the Serenade mistake? Yeah, so we were actually talking about that a few minutes ago, Colin. Somebody shared that with me in chat, and we were looking that up. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty interesting that it literally just got sent to the press the wrong way. Just got sent to, like, the printing press the wrong way. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. We don't have to use this here. Like, we don't need to give up the information that we're going to be utilizing Tunic this turn. We're probably going to get a card here that they're going to block with, I imagine. I mean, blocking the Burning Blade Dance is pretty good. You're just blocking 3 to block 4, basically. The Serenade mistake is that Go Again was supposed to be a mode. It was supposed to be a 4th mode. Literally supposed to be a 4th mode. Go Again was not supposed to be included on the card. So they actually, like, messed up when they were doing testing and stuff. Let's just go ahead and throw Demonstrate Devotion. This will give us a second Fealty token and also, like, show us how our opponent's going to play this turn. Because if our opponent gives us Mask here, we can either throw the card we draw or we can throw Blaze Headlong. And if not, we'll just Arsenal the Blaze Headlong and set up for next turn. Oh yeah, I was actually just talking about how that card would have never been played if that would have been the case. Then if they have a defense reaction, they have to use it, and you flick to preserve the chain. Or are we talking about why we like Ancestral Empowerment even in the blue deck still? I don't like Aurora having a guaranteed date when I'm still waiting. I mean, valid, right? Valid. I think a lot of people feel that way. Annabelle. We'll Arsenal the 0 for 4 here. I mean, this looks pretty good. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. In fact, this hand looks insane. $7, and if this hits, they make 2 fealties. Deal. Deal. They don't even get to clear their... Do we want to draw a card here? I mean, we just want to, right? Like, we have the Spreading Flames. It just seems worth at this point in time. Drawing into that Burning Blade Dance is so good, dude. So we're going to immediately flick the dagger here, right? For the Spreading Flames on the next one. No, probably not, right? Display Loyalty is solid. You're going to be able to stop Mask pretty handedly here because we're not really going to be able to utilize the Kunais here. But... Oh, card would have been mega garbage. I cannot agree with you enough. Card would have been mega garbage. Uh-oh, I think I needed to hit the Spreading Flames there. Shit, we just completely missed that. I mean, we can still get it, though, right? Like, it's still fine. We get to push a breakpoint. Is there any world we're supposed to Arsenal the Spreading Flames? Yo, what? Shit. We'll apologize to our opponent here since I'm a boob with this deck. I think we're supposed to flick here. I was too caught up on whether they were actually going to let this hit that I wasn't thinking. Yeah, let's get a resource here. They must have a really good hand. We might get the Kabuto here. Is there any chance we go for the Burning Blade Dance and then we go for the resource here to be able to throw Dragon Power? Or is it better to throw kunai, then throw this? And then I think we're supposed to try and throw the dragon power, right? Well, I mean, if they don't give us Kabuto, we can get value out of both of these. I mean, not having a dagger for next turn could be kind of backbreaking, but... Really? I'm very intrigued by this. Yo, what's up, Moxie? GG's, C Sizzle made it to almost every Aurora list. I said, as I said for so long, so that's it. So you're out of here. You're bouncing out after that. That was enough for you. Burning Blade Dance is so good here because, okay. So we flicked the dagger. What? Why are they not blocking at all here? Why is Joe not blocking? I don't understand. I'm actually wildly confused. I mean, if you give me Kabuto here, like, you get to stay at 3. But this is fine. Like, yeah, I think we're okay with this whole turn cycle leaning out this way. Yeah, this turn's wild. This turn's insane. We're probably just going to block with Mask and Flight Path here because they're at 3. Yo, what's up, Major Nuance? How are you, buddy? Did you all see the dev talk about how Skyward was misprinted? I did see that, Moxie. I did see that, which was really interesting. They're at 3. We're never going to get to utilize Mask here again. So making sure that we can, like, stay alive here and not just die out of nowhere is pretty important for us, I think. We can block this to deny them from drawing a card. So Art of the Dragon Blood, or Crack Fealty, Art of the Dragon Blood, Brand, Fire Tenant Strike first, Crack Fealty, Sound the Alarm, Flick the Dagger here. Is there a better line? Brand, Art of the Dragon Blood, Fire Tenant Strike first. We have to crack the fealty for Sound the Alarm. So it's 4, 3, 3, 6, or it's 3, 4, 3, 6. It does not matter. It is exactly the same thing no matter where we lead. I guess technically we get a little bit more value out of waiting to try and throw this second to, like, push breakpoints maybe. The misprint on Skyward is that, like, Go Again was supposed to be a bullet point. It was not supposed to be, like, its own thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. All right, so Smokeout covers this up. We get to go Fire Tenant Strike first. So if we go Fire Tenant Strike first on the second Chain Link, Brand turns this on, so we don't have to use another fealty token, which is really nice. Actually, no, I don't have Mask. It doesn't matter when I flick. When I flick is irrelevant here. 4 Go Again. Yo, what's up, Electrum? Yeah, no, this was definitely, like, I think throwing the Fire Tenant Strike first second was a better line. It was just me playing like a boob. And then crash the boards for 5 here. I mean, yeah, we might as well, I guess. Even if they have a 3 block with the flick, it's exactly lethal. Yep. And there it is. Felt pretty good. 9 blues felt pretty crisp that game. There was even a turn where we had to, like, utilize, like, Flick Knives and Blood Splattered Vest in a wrong order. But I have to say that, like, the blue count, I don't know, that game felt really clean. Sound the Alarm was honestly massive there because it gave us the ability to have the extra card. I also think Joe made a small mistake on the turn where I threw the Spreading Flames. Felt like he should have given me the Spreading Flames almost immediately. When sound the alarm is insane into Fang. Kabuto block could have saved. Let's see. So he took the first one and then blocked the second one, so it could have saved 2 points. No, I'm sorry. She could have saved 4 points, right? 4 points with an early block. Should put an earlier block in the turn with an earlier block in the turn. All right. Blue Cindra feeling pretty good right there. I'm curious to know how many games we actually get to try the Concealed Blade tonight. I'm meaning to test with sound, but I think I know how it goes in the sideboard. I honestly forgot it was a thing. I think I misplayed the Saver turn as well. I mean, that's fair. Let's see. So this is we're going second. Since we're going second, I think we want Command and Conquer, Sound the Alarm, or I'm sorry, Shelter, and we want Art of the Dragonfire. I really like the idea of being able to play Command and Conquer when we're going second, and I think the ability of Command and Conquer is probably just a little bit better than Loyalty, especially considering we don't have Sound the Alarm in the deck. I have not had a game where I've actually had the chance to play the Concealed Blade, and I'm not sold on it. The Concealed Blade could definitely be something else in the sideboard. Honestly, might talk me into sideboarding Warmongers. Yep, they make a Might token. We're going to block here. Give them the Shelter. We'll just go ahead and block this out with its entirety. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just attack with the Claw and then discard Agile Windup. I'm going to block this out. I don't want to lose any damage here if I can. Their name is the Coochie Monster, which is really interesting. Concealed Blade is in my list until new leaves. Do you feel like it's a necessary evil, Ben, or do you actually like it, is my question. I mean, this hand's pretty good, right? Can we just use... Are we supposed to use Throw Dagger as a blue here, or are we supposed to use Throw Dagger as draw card? It's supposed to be draw card, right? Well, actually, we can't, can we? Because we don't have the... Because we don't have the fealty, we don't have it online, we can't play it. The necessary evil, I mean, that's valid. I have a testing partner that mains new and it does come up, but less than I thought it would. I'm mostly keeping it just in case there's a graveyard hate. Are you playing 2 or 3 Concealed Blades, Ben? Which one? Are you on multiple or are you just on... I like coming in for 3 right here. Now they're going to block, and we're going to flick them. And then I think we're just going to throw the Lava Burst here, right? Because Lava Burst is a solid chain ender that does force Mask in this situation. I really would have liked to have played the Throw Dagger. I think playing Throw Dagger would have been better. I know we can't. You're on 1 Concealed Blade. Do you main it or sideboard it? I think that's a pretty understandable block from our opponent here. We did force a piece of equipment and 3 cards from hand, so I feel pretty good about that. Yeah, they're just going to get to come in for like 10, 5. Yeah, we'll just go to 35. I think this is fine. We are again in a situation where we're just getting to like utilize our blues here to make this work out pretty effectively. I mean, maybe we play 2 stab wounds and 1 concealed blade. Like maybe that's just the correct play here. And again, we're just going to come in with a dagger. We're drawing the blues. We're just going to make it work. We're going to keep playing it. Was the main as the 7th blue? Drop down to 6 for the battle harden? Okay. I don't really think there's any events I'm going to other than like I got a ProQuest this last weekend, but I don't think there's any other events that I'm hitting besides that will be like, I don't think there's any like I don't think there's any like battle hardens or anything I'm going to. Stab wound is a win more card in my opinion. You don't like it even as a 3 block? Like I definitely get what you're saying as a 3 more, as a win more card. They must have a Blood Rush hand if they're keeping this. I'm going to play the display loyalty because they're incentivized to block this, and I would rather save the on hit for something else. Yo. Yeah, they must have a Blood Rush. It's got to be Blood Rush. There's nothing else that makes sense at this point. And I mean, to be fair, like if they go like turn 2 Blood Rush, they could very easily just kill us here. We're going to activate Cindra for free, get our dagger back. We mark them. We are going to pass, and we're going to Arsenal Art of the Dragon Blood and set up. So double blue feels really bad here. This is kind of one of the things that Dot was talking about when we were talking about the ideas of playing this earlier. Like, it's the opposite of Art of the Dragonfire. Only need to block 2 to stop the other 5. Okay. I mean, you're right. Like, we at least get to give up our... We at least get to, like, utilize our blues as 3 blocks here on this turn cycle, which feels pretty good. Because we can go Brand, Art of the Dragonfire, Demonstrate Devotion to try to push... Mask this next turn here. I agree. Like we get to block 6 and then we get to go 3, 4, 4. Take 11. Seems fine. And we're even living in a world where even if they give us the fleshback here, I still think we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, if they throw another Blood Rush at us, we're probably in a bad spot, but if they Blood Rush us twice in 4 turns, like, most decks aren't going to win that race against KO. That's just, like, 2 Blood Rushes in 4 turns is really powerful. Oh, bro. I mean, loyalty... Oh, I guess we would have shut down the pulping. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I don't know. We make a fealty token. We play Art of the Dragon Blood for 4 go again. The easiest block here for them is just to give up the Scowling Flesh Bag and like just to play it out that way. Ooh, they're not going to. Interesting. Reckless Swing puts us to 17. Oh, no. We gotta... We're going to flick them. We'll apologize. Most of our opponents have been pretty cool as of late. With like letting us like take things back and stuff like that. And I've been pretty appreciative of people doing that. You know, not everybody's willing to do stuff like that when they're on Talishar. And don't get me wrong, there are sometimes like if I'm like sweating testing, I won't let people take stuff back if it's like new information has been given away, but nothing changed from there. So my take is that Mask of Momentum is the disruption in our list. They have to block or our numbers are just better. I mean, I actually like really like that take, to be honest. I think that's a pretty solid take. That like we have to utilize Mask of Momentum as our disruption. Draw a card or a billion? Draw a card or a billion? Draw a card. Played yourself. Dagger, Burning Blade Dance, Command and Conquer. Block 3, it's Dagger, Burning Blade Dance, Command and Conquer. And then we get to Arsenal Spreading Flames. I mean, to be fair, like, listen, you made it all the way to the finals of a Battle Hard, man. I'm going to take your word for a lot of this stuff here. I'm also like, I've played Cindra before, so I wouldn't say I'm like new to the deck, but I'm newer to the deck, I think. I actually think them blocking with Scabs here is like really good. I could flick here to try and keep Mask alive, but I don't want to. I do like Breaking Point as a little Arsenal hate, but mostly because it's a decent chain ender. I mean, maybe we're supposed to be on Breaking Point over, like... I worry about how many one-cost enders we should be on. Oh, dude, I love this block so much. You have no idea how happy this block makes me. They have no idea how happy this block makes me. I don't think I'm going to. I am going to throw Command and Conquer. I'm going to use Flick Knives to flick the dagger, and then I am going to activate Chest to get both of our daggers back. We're playing a game where we're like the game is very quickly coming to like an end game here. So I would rather just get the value out of my equipment that I can. We will use the resource here, and then we'll use the resource to activate Cindra, get both of our daggers back. And I like that we got multiple cards there, and now we have a Spreading Flames in Arsenal, which admittedly is not the best with this hand. What if we block Blood Runs Deep and we go Fire Tenant Strike first into Flick a Kunai, gain a resource, and then crack a Fealty to come in for 7? It's technically a 10-point. It's a 10-point hand. We can also. So that is a, I mean, the Command and Conquer value of throwing 7 is pretty real here, I think. I don't think we're supposed to go to 5 here. I mean, technically we would block here and go to 6. So it would be Fire Tenant Strike first, flick a dagger, gain a resource, Spreading Flames, pitch the Command and Conquer for Blood Runs Deep when the dagger hits, throw in Deer Devotion. Which is, so let's see. I mean, we can't really play the Spreading Flames, right? Like, we're just kind of like forced into playing this. I think we're supposed to take the Command and Conquer line. I know that sounds weird, but I think we're supposed to take the Command and Conquer line. We're gonna Fealty this turn. I mean, I guess we Fealty into this and then flick for a dagger to throw this for a resource. And then we have 2. We throw Flick Knives. We're not able to gain enough resources this way. I think this is fine. I think blocking like this and hitting them with the Command and Conquer disruption is pretty powerful. So we get to go Fire Tenant Strike first. Hey, Havoc, what's up, dude? You wouldn't have blocked? We could activate Flight Path here. Like, it's not like, and we are running out of room of turns where we can utilize it effectively. So maybe we're supposed to lean into that. They fall down to 13, and now we're going to throw Command and Conquer for 7, which I think forces them to think a little bit here. Yo, let's go. Happy Cinco de Mayo, dude. Kasai winning the Battle Hardened was really cool. What was the line if we don't block? Like, if we just block with the legs and fall down to 6, what was the line there? Crack, fealty, throw 4, flick a dagger, throw Endear Devotion, and then we throw the Blood Runs Deep. We gain a resource, and we have 1 floating and no cards in hand. I mean, I don't see a line. I don't know. That really worked. Our opponent's at 6. If they have a good hand, I will give up all of my equipment here. Okay, well, it looks like we're giving up most of our equipment. Hopefully their hand's a little awkward. Like, they had to pitch a red to make sure that they could, like, discard a card, and they had to discard a blue. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe they're stuck with a weird blue in hand, because this hand's actually insane. All right, so it's not the weird blue I was hoping for. So we are going to block Mask, and I'm just going to give Shelter here. Shelter lined up really well for us here. This blocks out 6 very effectively. And then they have Blood Rush on whatever they throw next, which means we need to be able to block enough. I have never been so happy. I have never been so happy to block here. We take 6, go to 3. We're out of reckless range with them only having 1 in hand. And then we have a really, really good hand. I think this hand wins the game. Not Coochie Monster. Their name is pretty funny. Their name is pretty funny. We could have utilized the last resource off the chest this turn, but I think the... I think, like, just giving up and putting ourselves into a weird spot is just too bad. Yo, let's go! Mr. Chips with 12 months of Prime support, dude. Let's go, man. I appreciate it for the full year, brother. It means a lot. Thank you, Mr. Chips. I really appreciate it, man. All right, so it is Kunai into Rising Resentment for 3. We are going to flick the dagger, put our opponent down to 3. We're going to activate Cindra. We're going to get both of our daggers back. We're going to attack for 2. And then we're going to come in for 4. We probably win the game here. We could have also fealtied the CNC. That is something we could have done. This is going to demand both cards. They had a no block, so they're just dead anyway. Yeah, makes sense. A lot of times, if you can get Kano down to like low life there at the end, like those hands are like the no blocks will get them at the end. 14, 12, 12, 12, 11, and we block 10. We threaten 12 and block 6. 15, so it was 18, 15, 16, 18, 15. I mean, we had an AVPT of 15.14. Our opponent played 2 Blood Rushes against us, and we still won the game. Even if one of them was very lackluster, our opponent still played 2 Blood Rushes against us, and we won the game. I think we went second that game. We did go second because they started off. Opponent had a very mid BRB late, and it allowed us to keep 3 cards and an arsenal. CNC felt clean this game. I did really like CNC, to be honest, that game. Like, I know that like it did like kind of like clunk up one of our hands there that game. But I think overall it was like good enough to where it got us where we wanted to be there. Bought a Kano Codex yesterday. Thanks for the promo code. Yo, Simper, dude, I'm super excited for you to try it out, man. I hope you love it as much as I love mine, man. I tell everybody, like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, like obviously, like, you know, it's a sponsor of the stream, so I talk about it, but Like even if Thomas didn't sponsor the stream, I'm a really big fan of, you know, the product in general. It is a really cool product. And also it's kind of nice that like you guys can save some money when you're buying them for yourselves. Also, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight and being here. I appreciate you guys chilling and hanging out. Remember, if you're new, you're here for the first time, make sure you follow, subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Also, tell me about yourselves in the chats. I'd love to get to know you guys. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new, and they are: what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? The hot dog topping thing is kind of like our personality quiz. I guess we go second against Cindra, right? Or against Prism? Ugh. This is a Furnace matchup, I think. This is a... I think we want to be on Command and Conquerors, and we want to be on... I think we want to be on Command and Conquerors and Defense Reactions. This is how I play it in Aurora, but I'm not sure if that's correct or not. We're going to try. I did not have a lot of success last night playing this matchup, but we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how it goes. It felt pretty bad last night when we were playing the matchup, to be honest. Let's see. We are playing against Prism. We are going second, and I'm going to hope that we can throw another win on the board before this game's over. Drawing a popper on turn 0 is pretty awesome. I mean, yo, are they just willing to crack Halo here? Interesting. Interesting. Yo, Mazo49, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. So they have to pitch to pay for that. They have to put their last card into their soul. They want to pitch a different card, I guess. Yeah, they want to pitch the Angelic Wrath to put the Herald in there. And then they're going to go get the Triumph, I suppose. I mean, yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, them getting Halo off the board on turn 0 is really solid, especially when we have a hand that goes super wide like this. I like this hand quite a bit. The protection will line up, like, I think decently well for them, but they're probably not going to throw another Herald at us. They're probably just going to Arsenal their last card. And we just have a really solid... Like, the fact that they... Oh, what? I was like, no, you can't even throw that one. I was like, it costs 2. This is one of the worst matchups. In Cleveland, we have a hot dog, which is actually a deep-fried Polish sausage with barbecue sauce, French fries, and coleslaw. It's called a Polish boy, and it's delicious. I've actually never been to Cleveland, but I am all about trying this cool hot dog you're talking about, dude. I'm all about that life, dude. I am all about that life. I appreciate you sharing that with me, honestly. I love that. I love to hear that. I don't know if throwing the second dagger is correct here. Like, maybe we're supposed to just throw Ronin into Ronin here. Yo, Drew, getting wild in the comments, bro. We block poorly, so we can't really deny soul, and they block and gain 4 life each turn. I mean, yeah, that does make it a lot worse. I do agree with that. So we're going to flick Prism here to kind of, like, keep this alive, I think. We get to keep Mask alive here. Now, Mask does feel like an uphill battle in this matchup specifically. But if we can get lucky with some poppers, we might be able to put something together here. They're like a 50-ish life hero to us, so this matchup's terrible is what you're telling me. Is this Defense Reaction City? That's not the best in the world. I mean... I hate to not get the value out of Spreading Flames, but I think I want a 5-card hand, right? So I think I'm just going to break the combat chain. I'm going to activate Cindra to get both of my daggers back because we drew into that extra blue. And then I think I'm just going to Arsenal and pass here. Definitely not an ideal situation for us, but I think this is okay. I mean, again, this hand works very well. I mean, I agree with it going from 3 to 4, but I was more concerned about like trying to save. I was more concerned about potentially trying to save Mask and like making it harder for them to block and like us getting multiple cards out of their hand. But I guess like with them having the figments and stuff, there's never really a world we're getting Mask if they don't want us to. Also, not really a fan of playing decks that have bad matchups into Prism. In fact, I would tell you most of the time I hate bad matchups into Prism. This is, I mean, yeah, we could block 6, but I don't think we're supposed to. I think we're just supposed to go down to 23. I definitely get the sense of what you're talking about, Raravin. Hope I'm saying that right. That like one turn off and this feels bad. I mean, it's already a tie game. And you know, the one thing that I will say is like, at least with Aurora, like we got like a fridge that we could block with a couple of times and really get value out of. Purgatory was really good as well. I liked Purgatory a lot. I was like, they're gonna flip one of these here. They have so much soul. You can call me Rav for short. All right, Rav it is. I like it. I'm here for it. Herald of Judgment doesn't really do anything, so they don't care about this. I guess we're going to go Dagger here, right? Because we want to make this as awkward to block for them as possible. I wonder if they give up Calming Gesture here. Yo, Salisbury, what's up, dude? I think I have blue dragon powers somewhere. I gotta like find all the cards for this deck. I think I have to pull my Command and Conquerors out of my what? Interesting. I think I gotta pull my Command and Conquerors out of my Victor deck. I haven't played Command and Conquer in Aurora in a hot minute. So we get to go Ronin Renegade for 3. I guess they let the dagger kill this because we could have flicked no matter what here. 3 and 2 are virtually the same thing, right? Are they just gonna give us Mask?
Go. You love
Interesting. Yo, Salisbury, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a whole bunch. It did. The misprint has already reached my ears. You are correct about that. So this is going to be Blood Runs Deep. We flick both of our daggers. We're going to go Rising Resentment for 3. We're going to activate Cindra, get both of our daggers back, and then we're going to activate Flick Knives to put them down to what will be virtually 8 here if this connects. We could throw another dagger here, but I think ending this turn with 0 daggers is incorrect. So I think we're just going to Arsenal the Loyalty Beyond the Grave, and we're just going to set up here for next turn. And then we can try to give, like, Mask of Momentum, Furnace. We can block 8 pretty effectively here on the first Herald, which is not bad. I mean, they could have Wrath here. Possible they have Wrath, but like us being able to block out this one turn with our equipment, it feels really good for us. I mean, I just don't think there's anything we're doing about, like, we're just never beating Wrath, right? Feels bad. What are they activating Prism for? I was like, this hasn't even hit yet. So they're probably gonna flip Triumph and do the -1 thing. I also assumed that they like would have saved it, like from Arsenal or something like that, but they just ripped it. They probably also weren't planning on us being able to block out. Us forcing Wrath does like do something for us there. Oh no, they flipped the +1 Angel? Really? So we're going to attack for 3. We could flick to try and kill this, but if we do, they activate Calming Gesture. I mean, I agree. Them having Wrath on 4 cards is not that bad for us, right? Are we supposed to flick here to force them to use it? We probably are, right? I mean, this forces them to use it. They whiff on Light of Soul, which is kind of nice. I think this is still fine for us, because we're going to get to go Rising Resentment. I don't think we have the ability to really push enough cards, like to push cards out of their hand here, do we? We can actually make Demonstrate Devotion be free. Rising Resentment. Rise up right here, dude. I'm glad that hit. That hitting was very relevant for us. I mean, depending on what they do, we could force them into some weird situations, because the Blood Runs Deep here actually looks really good. Rising Resentment having on hit for the first time since Uprising, bro. That's absolutely savage and true. And true. Yo, let's go, Sam, with the 15 months, dude. Another one in the bank. Call me dude. Sam, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, brother. It means a lot. So yeah, I mean, if they're willing to go to 1 here, they're dead, or they're not dead, I guess. So we're gonna activate Cindra, get our daggers back, and then our flicks go on the stack here. They have Ward and they can flip an Angel, so we take 2 cards out of their hand, or they're just dead. I don't think our opponent played this very well. Dagger Enthusiast beats up Local Librarian, lol. I mean, I think we were like we had to go for the lethal plan here, but I don't understand why they didn't. So they activate Chest, and then they pitch Angelic Wrath to flip. They have a Herald of Protection in Arsenal, which is pretty good. I mean, they flip, which is solid. I mean, I understand they wanted to do this, but it's just like they're just dead now. Like, there's no more game to be played. So they get rid of that. They lose probably the Ravages Angel. And then going in the next turn, I have Fire Tenant, Brand, Burning Blade, Burning Blade. So they're going to throw, if they block the way we talked about, they end up throwing Angelic Wrath at me. Or I'm sorry, they throw Herald at me for 5. Dominate to try and set up the turn. We block with Dragon Scaler, Flight Path, Furnace, and one of the Burning Blade dances. And then our turn is the Fire Tenant strike first, Brand with Cinderclaw. No, I'm sorry. It's Brand with Cinderclaw, Fire Tenant strike first, Burning Blade dance for 4. And then we also have the Flick effect. I don't know. That was a weird game. That was a very weird game. I feel like our opponent might have been a little new to Prism, but, you know, if they were, I mean, that's okay. You know, like, everybody's got to learn, right? And maybe they're learning a hero for the first time. Maybe they're, like, expanding their horizons. And I will never make somebody feel bad about that, you know? Like, I encourage everyone to play different decks and expand their horizons. Gotta win. Blood runs deep. Let us flick daggers for lethal. Op made some sub-optimal plays that gave us a chance to win the game. All right, well, we are 3-0, which feels pretty good. I won't lie. I enjoy being 3-0. Winning is good. Winning is good. Let's keep the good times rolling here. I'm surprised we didn't see more footsteps blocked. I honestly thought they were going to block with footsteps more like on the daggers to try and like keep their angels alive, but I don't know. Battle Room Fab. It's kind of a cool name. I do not remember how we sideboarded earlier. I think we went Sound the Alarm. Since we were going first, we did Command and Conquerors and Shelters, if I remember correctly. Which I'm going to be honest, I don't hate. I do think we're going to change some of this around. I think we're going to go down to 2 Stab Wounds and play 1 Concealed Blade in the main. And then we're going to try to find room for 3 extra sideboard cards here. Maybe we run more Poppers. Maybe we run like Battlefront Bastion. Maybe we run Battlefront Bastion. I don't know. I also agree with that, Bluke. I think that they would have done better by being able, if they would have just blocked the if they would have just blocked like my 3s that were coming in. Battlefront Bastion sounds super good, especially in the mirror. I was thinking of running red Battlefront Bastion in the sideboard. Yo. 1, they're on Great X. Wild. 2, this hand's insane. I think not having Art of the Dragonfire in the main is wrong, to be honest. Could be. Very well could be. Is the 3rd dagger even worth the sideboard slot? I don't know. Like, it's not something that we get to do very often, but this hand's just insane. Like, we have it in there for new, right? Like, that's the idea behind it. All right, we're gonna have to like really focus up if we're gonna like win this game, I think. We're just gonna open on Wrath of Retribution. Just joined in time for the Great Axe match. This is a literal definition of heaven, bro. I think of new LLs. Yeah, if new's gone, the concealed game plan has no purpose, right? Like, we don't care about it anymore. That's like its sole reason for being in the deck. If they were on Kabuto, like, we also have to consider like how that changes our turn. That doesn't feel great. So they were able to like throw axe, play Count Your Blessings, and Arsenal. Is that all you got against us? Probably like turn 0 heaven for them. I know who I'm cheering for. I bet you do, Holden. I bet you do. We don't need a resource here. And then it's going to be Blood Runs Deep for 2. The only thing that could have made this hand better would have been Spreading Flames. Would have been... Oh, yeah. If we'd had Spreading over the Ignite... Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, if we would have had Spreading over the Ignite. We would have been in heaven. I mean, there is no mask here, so there's not really a reason for them to block. We are going to do the, like, soul thing that we talked about not doing, where we just end with no daggers, but I think we have to here. Before I get to really play her again, too. I mean, New's close, but I don't think she's that close, right? Hope they give us Graveyard Hate and Florian just flourishes even more. Dude, they're banning Scepter next week, bro. They're banning Scepter next week, dude. And I think you're on crack if you think they're like they're going to give us Graveyard Hate and High Seas, right? But they're going to ban something from Florian. Nate, like, come on, dude. I know you're not that delusional, bro. Florian has to take a ban here. I agree. Like, it's, I don't know, it just feels like it's what has to happen. Unbanned bonds would be fine, honestly. Unpopular opinion, them unbanning bonds would be fine. Eh. This hand sucks. We're gonna block 2. We're gonna block 2. Unban Art of War? Yo. I don't know about that now. I actually like Art of War being gone, to be honest. I like this hand quite a bit because we're going to go Oath of Loyalty. Yeah, we'll get a defense reaction, which makes sense. We're going to try and arsenal this Command and Conquer. I think getting value out of the CNCs is actually really good here. We get to go Rising Resentment, and then we get to go Ignite. With the Ignite trigger on the stack, we're going to activate Cindra, and then we're going to throw one of our daggers here. I mean, kind of surprised we didn't just get like a card from hand here. I just don't play any Fab. I just don't play Fab anymore, so let the chaos ensue. Bro's just here for it. Unban Drone of Brutality? Nah, never mind. Okay, so we play Ignite. With the trigger on the stack, we activate Cindra to get both of our daggers back. We don't get to utilize Flick Knives this turn, but I honestly think this is like a perfectly fine hand. And like, if we draw blue next turn, we can just throw the Command and Conquer. I don't know like what 3 cards they're keeping. I'm assuming that my opponent is on like a Count Your Blessings in their hand or something like that. Or they have some kind of arsenal disruption, like they maybe have a Command and Conquer or something. No, it's just Great X. So we get to go Kunai, Blaze Headlong, Flick the Dagger, Command and Conquer, get our daggers back. And we're just going to take 4 here. So if they made Briar legal again, would you come back to the game, Brad? Would you come back to the game if they made Briar legal again? I've not been testing Scepter for that reason, even if it is more fun. You think Scepter is more fun? The Blaze Headlong hand doesn't work, does it? We should have blocked. I just realized that like this doesn't have Go again because we haven't played a red card technically, which is weird. So I guess it's going to be pitch Blaze Headlong to Kunai. Ugh. Darn me not being able to read. No, there's no reason to. And then we just get to throw the Command and Conquer here. We're going to activate Flick Knives, and then we're going to pitch the Shelter to Cindra, and then we'll arsenal the other Blaze here. Oh, Sag. Yeah, me missing the Go again on Blaze Headlong because I was too busy running my mouth is just a big Sag. So they did block 3 here. Having Shelters in this matchup is going to hurt us pretty bad. The question is, can we deal enough damage through the Can we deal enough damage through the Count Your Blessings and everything that they're going to be up to be able to win this game? Rising Resentment, Blaze Headlong, pitch this for Dagger. Then we can Arsenal the Spreading Flames and set up here. We have yet to like set up a fealty generator here, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Poison the Well would be pretty good here, actually. We're going to attack for 1. We do not have many opportunities here to really try and hit with the that's interesting. Now they get to cover this up with 1 card. Dude, my head is like sometimes like my headset just like makes my head itch randomly. I haven't played against New in a long time, so forgot all about that. Hey, what's up, Josh? We went from a Rune Blade to a Ninja Sir. Favor Scene? Okay, I mean, sure. Save the Prevention, I suppose, for something else. And then we're going to come in for 4. We're not going to get any damage here off the Flick Knives, but I am going to throw it because I want to be able to activate Cindra to have both daggers next turn for the Spreading Flames. We push through some damage. We're going to Arsenal the Spreading Flames, and we're just going to pass and set up here. We can use the Blood Splattered Vest to get value here. Just more fear to use Poison the Well over Snag. Anything we are using Snag in is just erase, no? I mean, if we're using Snag, like it's like I think Sound the Alarm has kind of like replaced our Snag option at the current moment, to be honest. It's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, is there any world that we want to Arsenal like Gravekeeping? Or we want to sideboard Gravekeeping as another 1 for 5? Yeah, I think this hand's cooking. This hand's not bad. I think this hand's pretty solid, to be honest. And they're just going to get as much value out of the Flexors as they can this turn. I mean, I think that's a very good plan, actually, from our opponent here. I actually really like this play. The fact that they pitch a yellow to start is kind of weird. You would think they would pitch a blue. That was rude. That was pretty fucking rude. I've been hearing that audio on TikTok recently. I don't even know what it's from. Pitching a blue here? I mean, the fact that they're on yellow shunt is crazy to me. Yellow shunt is just wrong, I think, in this meta. It's kind of funny that we're actually, like, I'm talking about this because I was actually having this conversation with Holden this past weekend about yellow shunts. And he said that he was even debating if, like, red was correct right now. Yeah, we're going to flick here. We're going to use Flick Knives to get the dagger. We're going to throw Demonstrate Devotion. Okay, no shot. This is correct. It's like there is 0% that is correct. It is turn 6. We're not even, like, threatening an on-hit here. I mean, you might want to give me a card here. That's fine. What are they targeting? I assume they're targeting... Brand with Cinderclaw? Okay, I mean, sure, that's fine. Is it ever going to let me get to... Okay, so they were playing that before blocks. So this hits. We are going to use the vest. They had a really clunky hand here, to be honest. Demonstrate Devotion comes across for 5, which is a really good break point for us to push here. We're going to activate Cindra to get a dagger back, and we're going to Arsenal Fire Tenant Strike first. We could pitch the Fire Tenant Strike first. Oh, so they had no blues here in this hand. I mean, is this worth 2 points? Like, is it worth giving this up right now to be able to have 2 extra points against our opponent when they can't dagger us here, or when they can't hit us with anything? Or should we set up a 5-card hand? I think I like the idea of just pushing the points we can. We're at a point in the game where I think any damage we can take is what we want. Like, we are worried about fatigue and them gaining a bunch of life, so we just want to make sure that we're playing correctly. We're going to go Fire Tenant Strike first to the bottom first. So it is Fire Tenant Strike first, Ronin Renegade. Actually, I see the line here. We have to lead on Ronin Renegade, but I think this is fine. I would have maybe lost Boots. I'd rather have the 1 dagger than the 1 block. I mean, we're definitely going to give up Boots, right? Like, we know that we have 2 more Spreading Flames in the deck, so I think I'm okay to give it up whenever, right? But it's the same damage either way, right? And, like, plus the Fire Tenant doesn't work with the Spreading Flames. So I actually think that just makes that definitively worse, right, Ironside? Because, like, I definitely hear what you're saying. I don't like throwing all of our cards here. I don't think Arsenal Blue Dragon Power is a good play. I don't think we're supposed to go Ronin Fire Tenant into Ronin. I mean, we can... Like, so if we make the play of activate Cindra here... We get both of our daggers back, and now we get to come in for 3. We're not going to threaten Mask this turn. But I really like the idea of just pushing the value and arsenaling and setting up. The more 5-card hands we have, the better off we're going to be. So I think we just have to activate Cindra first, right? And then we can attack for 2. Oh, Brand would have made it Draconic? Okay, well, in that case, yes, you are correct. Yeah, no, I agree. In that case, you are correct. I will not use Blood Splattered Vest here. We're also going to pass on Flick, and we're going to Arsenal Ronin Renegade. We have to kind of take like a little bit of a turn off to set up our daggers, and I think this is fine. We might as well just go ahead and block here, I think. I don't think we were supposed to flick there. We want to put one of our daggers into play. Like, we don't want to get into like the turn cycles where we don't have both daggers in play. I don't think that's correct. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels wrong to flick last turn because I want to make sure that we have a dagger in play, I think. Maybe because we have the Ronin, we're okay with flicking it. We're going to go Display Loyalty. We are going to flick a dagger, and we are going to use our chess piece here. And I feel like we might as well. And then we get to go Blood Runs Deep. If you flick, then you make them block the next chain link too. Oh, I guess I wasn't really counting mass that turn, so yeah, that would have made sense too. I mean, if they decide to take 3 here, like, I will activate Cindra with the hit effect on the stack. %100% something I will do. We let this resolve. We put them down to 14. Now here's the question. We've hit 2 chain links in a row. We're not going to add a vest counter. We are going to crack the fealty token here in case we need to use flight path this turn. And then we can come in for 5. Now, they're not going to have any attack reactions, but I do like the idea of just throwing 1 for 5. Double blue, pitch to dagger, send an attack, close chain to get daggers back. We're not on links at all, no. Wait, what did they have? Provoke and Heart of Fiendel? Do I want to shuffle? I mean, I'm actually just okay with this, right? Because it looks like they can't even really block this. They would have to give up this and Crown. And then we can also just throw the Lava Burst and then put the defense reaction in our arsenal, which is fine because they'll attack us at some point. They have to win the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm no blocking this to the moon here. This was Draconic, so I'm going to give this go again. I feel like getting 5 value out of our boots is really good. And we wait until the damage step because we know that the value's there. Yeah, we actually saw a Provoke there. Blocking 5 there is so bad. That is so incorrect. You're supposed to block Provoke there, and that's it. Saving, like, blocking with Crown was a big mistake from our opponent. Brand, Fire Tenant, strike first. Flick the dagger to gain a resource. Use the fealty to Command and Conquer for 7. There's no arsenal here, but I mean, I think we're just fine, right? Is it better if we pitch Command and Conquer to Kunai and then we get to go Brand, Fire Tenant, Hot on their heels? Flick, get both of our daggers back. I like that play better. Would have skipped a round trigger. I mean, Dot, your Sound the Alarm tech has looked pretty good so far tonight. I'm not going to lie. Almost at every turn, it's looked pretty solid for us here. Okay, that's only the second all you got we've seen. Like, that is one of the downfalls with the way I decided to play this turn, but I think keeping the Command and Conquer in our deck is fine. The 2 cost has been rough, and it's very possible that if I'm going to play Command and Conquers, I maybe just need to be on 12 main deck blues at all time. But I'm on 9 main deck blues at all time. Which I think is not bad. I actually kind of like the... So as to flick this here. I'm sorry, opponent. Yeah, so from here, this is fine. Like, this is perfectly fine. We are going to flick this dagger to, like, force them into blocking more, I think. Breaking Point is probably just the better play instead of Command and Conquer. I liked Command and Conquer because it was a popper. was one of my big reasons, because we'd spent last night kind of talking about how awkward, how bad the Prism matchup was, and I was interested in like trying to like shore that up a little bit here. You don't like Shelter and Cindra? Are you a bigger fan of Sink Below, Ben? Now that Aurora is dead, I'm excited for Garner Flash price to drop so I can play Silly Electricity Man. Honestly, Acilio is going to be a lot of fun. You guys will probably catch me playing Acilio on stream from time to time, and you'll definitely catch me playing Acilio at like local armories and stuff. Well, if you're a local to me, that is. I like throwing this for 4 because this is 4 on hit mark, and if they decide to take this, we get our daggers back, and then we have a sink to block. And I mean, Felipe's probably right. I'm only on Loyalty Beyond the Grave and That All You Got, but aren't you going to come off of all you got though because Aurora is like leaving the metagame? I know there's other decks that you can play it against, but like the metagame was dominated by a deck that you knew you could get value against it, and now that's not really the case as much, so it feels just worse, right? We're definitely just going to give the Shelter here. Like, I know it only blocks 2, but, you know, whatever. Are we using the Fealty on the Fire Tenant Strike first here? So if I use Fealty on Fire Tenant Strike first, I can use that Ronin Renegade into Blood Runs Deep. I can gain a resource, throw the Demonstrate Devotion, and then I have the ability to get a dagger back, flick 1, and have no arsenal. And we're also going to generate another Fealty token. I don't know. I want my D-Reacts to replace themselves so my offense isn't slowed. So you're just on Loyalty Beyond the Grave and That All You Got. That is interesting to me. I'm really intrigued to hear that, like, you're not on any number of Sink Below. Like, you're not on any number of 4 blocks. Like, what is the plan into Azalea, I guess, is, like, my question there. Because it just feels like you need stuff like that against Azalea. It feels important. Loyalty is gain 3 life, draw half a card. Draw half a card is interesting. Why half a card? Yeah, that's true. If Cindra picks up, we get a lot of value out of that as well. We're not going to force Mask this turn, which is fine. I am going to play the Blood Runs Deep. We're going to flick the daggers to gain value here. Hopefully there's not a Shelter from them. That would feel really bad. The heavy pause here makes me think there is a Shelter. Nope, just kidding. So they fall down to 8. I'm actually not going to use the chest here, and I'm not going to throw the Demonstrate Devotion. I would rather get more value out of the Blood Runs Deep than I would keep Mask alive this chain link, so we're going to activate Cindra, get both of our daggers back, and then in the defense reaction step, I'm going to activate Flick Knives to hit them for another one. We're basically just utilizing Blood Runs Deep and Flick Knives as the most value for our daggers this turn. I have too many Arachne Azalea in my area for that. Yeah, that's one of my big concerns, if I'm being honest. That's one of my big concerns here. That's one of my bigger concerns as well. This has been a very interesting game. They keep giving up their defense reactions instead of just blocking with a freaking 3-block on all of my 3s instead of waiting for a 4. And I gotta tell you, I just do not understand. We'll just go ahead and get value. And you're discarding this too late. This has already happened, but sure. Oh, our opponent was definitely trying to do that earlier than they meant to. Like, and it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, playing around Ancestral, I don't know. Like, they could very well could be Felipe. Man, really makes me wish that now that they didn't want to block, really makes me wish I'd gain that resource so I could just... Oh, shit, I meant to get my daggers back. Shit, I meant to get my daggers back. Oh, fuck. All right. I meant to get my daggers back. Awkward. Yep. Which hero will be the best deck in the format? I mean, like, if they don't ban anything from Florian, my lukewarm take is Florian. I think that unfortunately we are like just priced into activating Cindra to start our turn here because I'm a bag gun and did not get our daggers back. Although this turn would be very, very good if I had played this correctly. So we are going to go dagger, Burning Blade Dance, and then we're going to flick the dagger. Oh, well, there went that plan. Never mind. My take is that you always want to send 4+ attacks. Any disruption that only takes a single card doesn't stop my plan. Depends. I mean, yeah, like, depending on what gets banned like 2 weeks from now is going to like tell us a lot. It's like, I think it's exactly 14 days from now is when they're doing that. So it really tells us a lot about the whole plan. Is that the last shelter? It is the last shelter. So we know there's no more prevention. It's just life gain from here. I mean, to be fair, they could take 2 here. Yeah, I think that's correct as well. And then we can pitch sound the alarm, force sound the alarm. I have no issue with this. They have a respite and a that all you got. So they're going to pitch that all you got to respite. Lose. They're just going to go back to 11 here. So again, their hand didn't really utilize offense in any way, but did work defensively. Any chance I'll be playing Florian? If it's the best deck in the format, yes. Going in the Nationals, if it is the best deck in the format, yes. I didn't flick the dagger because there's no reason to. There's nothing that flicking the dagger there does for me. I mean, we get to go Oath, Ignite, display, or Ignite, Dagger, Display Loyalty, Flick Knives, get both of them back, Arsenal, Spreading Flames. Any chance I'll be playing Olympia? No. Although there was one in top 4. There was one in top 4 of the one of the pro quests I went to, which is kind of wild. Should have bought the daggers back on their turn. That is actually very true. Should have bought them back on their turn. Definitely have a lot to learn about this hero. That's their second loyalty Beyond the Grave. I wonder if they're only on 2. Because this is a deck that only needs to be on 2. You got me tripping, oh, stumbling, oh, thinking. Well, that one prevention is super obnoxious. Blue Battlefront Bastion lines up really well here with what we're trying to do this turn. We are going to throw this because this gets the prevention out of the way and gives us the ability to be able to flick and push a damage here. So here would be my question. Why would they play 3? They could just play something else, right? Like, they could just play, like, literally a better card than 3rd Loyalty Beyond the Grave. They're not in a hurry to draw it against us. Like, this is a grindy matchup where they are looking to block as much as possible, as often as possible throughout the game. So I don't really think there's a reason. I don't think they're incentivized. I just don't think they're incentivized to play a third one. Like, what's the value in them playing a third one? So they're going to gain some life, go to 17. We're going to flick the dagger, put them to 16. We will not use Blood Splattered Vest. We will activate Cindra this time. And now we have Spreading Flames lined up in Arsenal. Well, the good news is that this hand's really powerful. Maybe not 3 into me. Okay, that's valid. I mean, that's fair. This hand's really good. I like this hand quite a bit. Stab Wound could be very good here. I agree. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, opponent. Whoops. Wrong thing. Because I'm a Bagnon Dot and I clicked on the wrong thing. Was there bad news? Was there bad news, Mark? Did I miss something? Was there supposed to be bad news tonight? So it's going to be Dagger. Are we even supposed to play the Stab Wound here? Or are we just supposed to... Like, we can just utilize the Throw Dagger here, right? To draw an extra card? Oh, my bad, Mark. Like, we could just utilize Throw Daggers here, which I think lines up pretty well. I don't think we're supposed to play the Stab Wound here. I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. We're not going to use the Vest because there's no reason to. We can Throw Dagger on the next one, right? I mean, we're probably... Well, we get Mask here, so I guess there's not really a reason to, right? So we get to play Throw Dagger here on the other Kunai. Drawing into another Stab Wound is actually insane. We get to equip both of the daggers. And then it is Pitch Stab Wound for 2. The best part about this whole turn is that this Stab Wound Chain Ender is actually just insane value for us, right? You didn't need to extend the hit chain there. I mean, we didn't need to extend it, but like we also need to get value out of our equipment pieces this turn and like all the things we're trying to do, right? So like it just seemed important to like use it there on the second chain link. I don't really understand why we wouldn't have, to be honest. And then it's going to be Fealty Token into Stab Wound for 3. And maybe there's a world where they have a Count Your Blessings in their hand. Damn. So there's one more Count Your Blessings in their deck, and they pitched it a little bit earlier. I mean, Art of the Dragon Blood just looking super solid here. Just really utilizing its role in this matchup super cleanly this turn. Can both Throw Dagger and Flick on the same chain link if you don't draw an attack? Oh, so you're... Okay, so we could have just waited, I guess. So this is going to block 4. I think we're just going to let this happen, right? Demonstrate Devotion makes a fealty. I mean, yeah, if they're just blocking 4 like this is fine. I don't even think we're going to throw the Blaze Headlong here, right? Like, I think we're just going to throw the Display Loyalty. We throw the Display Loyalty here on this turn. And then we just get to throw the Blaze Headlong to see how they play this. Because if they don't have a defense reaction in Arsenal, we just win. This is 4 with the effect of death. They said good game, so I'm assuming they don't have it. If they had a card in hand, I would have activated Cindra last turn, flicked a dagger, and Arsenal this. Opponent being super friendly. Just like uber friendly. Really appreciate that. A lot of the Flesh and Blood community is very positive people, so it's honestly really nice to see. We had a couple of really, really big turns throughout the course of the game with some Spreading Flames and Wraths. We still had 17 cards in our deck. We did have 2 shelters, but we also had like some really good blues. We had 2 throw daggers left for unpreventable damage. We also had, yeah, like we had blue Dragon Powers left. We had really good cards the rest of the game there. I just, yeah, like that felt really good. Even to like into that slower fatigue deck, it felt really clean. On my Spreading Flames turn, yeah, like they did have that really awkward hand where they pitched all those yellows and the reds to be able to use the quick dodge flexors, which I do think helped us quite a bit, to be fair. I mean, it did help quite a bit. Fang, I think we went second. We did get to win. Early Wrath turn to put them behind. Never hit us with disruption like CNC, just through Axe. Still had good damage and non-preventable effects left to close it out. All right. This blue list we put together feels pretty good. You know what? While we're sitting here, let's take a moment. And kind of talk about a couple things in the list here. So when we talk about our list a little bit here, there's a couple things like I think that we're actually in an okay spot to go down to 2 stab wounds and put in 1 concealed blade in the main deck, cut the others from the sideboard, and then maybe talk about an extra sideboard card. The problem is I don't know what we should sideboard in. I truly don't know what the other ones are. I gotta get off. Good luck with the rest of the games. We'll catch the VOD. Bringing Cindra to my ProQuest on Saturday. This has been great. Yo, Rav, I appreciate you hanging out and chilling with us tonight. Hope you have a good night and good luck at your ProQuest on Saturday if I don't chat with you before then. Will you play any Project Blue? Felipe, I will be playing a lot of Project Blue as soon as it becomes available. I actually thought about doing an in-person stream with one of my buddies playing Project Blue maybe next week or something like that, if that's something you guys are interested in. I like Epod in the board. Oh, the Imperial card is not bad. The Imperial card is not bad. I kind of like that card quite a bit. I tell you what, we're gonna make this change here really quick. We're gonna move 1 to the deck. We're gonna cut a stab wound, and we're gonna remove these, and we're gonna play it like this for now. So we're missing 3 cards. I'm gonna take a short bathroom break. I want you guys to be thinking about what sideboard cards we could be on that could help quite a bit. Being on 3, what 3 sideboard cards would help us out the most in this specific deck? Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. We're gonna take a short break, and when I come back, we'll add some cards and we'll play some more games. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. That was not water. That was not water.
Oh, here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco. This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, back-to-back Command & Conquer pummel turns in back-to-back games. And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm never fucking leaving. That's right. This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. The recipe is literally just vodka and Sprite and some Mio. You know the water flavoring things? You know, like the little squirt. You squirt the little water in. You squirt the little juice in the water, and then it's like, oh, no, this is so good. That's what it is. That's the secret sauce. I just crammed them all in my mouth. My God, this hand is dog water. Absolute dog water. I lied. All right, short break, and we're back. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. 2 epots and 1 Imperial Seal of Command. I like 2 epots and 1 Imperial Seal of Command. Poison the Whale's also not a bad one. I do really like the Imperial Seal of Command. I like this card quite a bit. I just gotta find it here. Destroy this. Defense reactions if you are royal the next time you hit a hero this turn. So it's just insane. Because with the flick, it's basically free, right? And then Energy Potion, I think is what it's called, technically, is the name. And then we get 2 more blues for Jarl. I guess the question is just going to be, when do we want to play Imperial Seal of Command? Also, if we're on Imperial Seal of Command, is there any chance that we just want to be on, 7s that are poppers instead of Command & Conquers? I mean, I guess they serve, kind of a dual role, right? Instead of just being poppers. They also have roles into certain matchups. I don't know, let's try it like this and see what happens. I kind of like this idea. I guess we just have to, think about running the Seal of Command into, Florian. Florian, probably into Jarl too, if I had to guess. Seal versus Florian is amazing. Are you the one that just kicked my Fang's ass? Were you playing the Great Axe Fang, Brock? Yeah, Battle Room Fab. Yeah, that was us that just played, man. It was a good game. We had a good one there. I was trying to kill you before we got back around to the oh, okay. They don't want to play. Before we got back around to okay. They disconnected and joined. I don't know, that was weird. So since we're going second, okay, brother, you have to see it's you. Okay, if this guy joins again, I'm done. Okay, this should be an interesting matchup. Fatigue Fang is probably just meme tier. I mean, to be fair, you had me down to 17 cards. There was a chance that, you could have went the distance there, with another, worser turn of mine. But you also had a couple of really clunky hands on, turns when I... you had, the yellow, 3 reds and a yellow hand on a turn where I had Spreading Flames and went super wide. This is probably a Furnace matchup, right? Command & Conquers and the defense reactions, probably. If I had to guess. I do like the idea of freewheeling renegades. Somebody had mentioned a different card that we could sideboard a few minutes ago that I kind of liked. Oh, Breaking Point over Command and Conquer. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Somebody had mentioned that a minute ago, and I honestly don't hate that idea. Curious to see how this game plays out. No blue for my flexors on that turn was brutal. Yeah, it was pretty backbreaking. I felt like that turn really gave me a good positioning in the game. So they're just gonna blind flip here because I mean it's turn 0. The obligatory blind flip is insane. Yo. Okay. God has decided that our good luck has come to an end tonight. I actually really like the list we've kind of come up with. The 9 blues has felt really crisp and really clean so far. I actually really enjoyed it, Valur. So Warmongers could be a good sideboard card. We had talked about playing Warmongers earlier, and I felt like a lot of people were really pushing me away from it. Man. This does nothing this turn. That is like the worst draw ever. I mean, we do have a fine turn. I agree. I mean, yeah, Zelia doing Azalea things is very fitting. I mean, I agree that we have like a fine turn. It just feels really bad. I think we just have to pitch the loyalty. Actually, we're supposed to let this go here. We're probably supposed to let this go to the graveyard. We'll just play it out the way that it is, but I should have let this go to the graveyard here. And do current assassin and warrior builds. I do like the idea of playing it against like warriors. I guess I could see it against assassins too, so, like situationally. This is being for 4 is actually pretty powerful. Yeah, we need to flick here in case we don't draw an attack, I guess. Yo. So we're going to go to 29. We're going to activate Furnace. Man. Savior, Upsticks, Orb Weaver. Oh, yeah, Orb Weaver, Spinneret. Yep. How would you have used the chest here, Dot? Just out of curiosity. Unfortunately, I cannot pay, but... I mean... We're just going to get... They get Remorseless. We're going to get Spreading Flames back. Discard Display Loyalty. I'm actually super okay with this, right? Like, as bad as this feels, we're just going to throw the CNC. We could block 8 and do nothing, but I think that taking 6, going to 21, and then, like, we're going to take 6 to 22. We're going to take 1 to 21, and we're going to force them to make a decision here on the Command and Conquer. I think a good Azalea player almost says no blocks all the time. We have 1 fealty token, so I'm just letting it go. If we had 2, I would activate 1 to be able to keep it around this turn. We could have used fealty for the memes, I guess. Well, if it wasn't red, we were probably going to make some good stuff happen here. I mean, Feels like we just block 4, go to 11, and then we can throw Command and Conquer again. The inertia token's not great, but it is what it is, I suppose. I like having the Command and Conquerors to like kind of disrupt them a little bit, but with as few ways as there are to prevent damage, being able to draw a card for 0 is nuts. I actually completely agree, Brock. I really like the Throw Dagger card. I think it's very good. Now, them arsenaling Amplifying Arrow kind of just does whatever. Our hand's not bad. Like, this hand's pretty good. Again, we're just in a situation where, like, we need to be able to, like, keep a hand. They're debating whether they should play the pump or not. Oh, no, they are just going to play the pump. 3, 5, 7, 9. Blocking the Furnace here is fine because we're blocking the on hit of the Pox token. I would have thrown the red in the ledger if there wasn't. I would have thrown the Spreading Flames if we didn't have red there. Nathaniel would have been a good play. Snap Bullseye Bracers. I mean, you're up 6 points with the cards. All right. This hand, like, kind of works, but it's also kind of awkward. If there's a world where I can block Art of the Dragonblood, Burning Blade Dance, and Oath to like cover this up, I will. And then I'll just throw 9 at them. Yeah, if Endless Arrow was our last card, I definitely would have snapped Bullseye Bracers there. This way, even if they have the Rain Razors, we're still covering it up. And my headset is like really just not being my friend tonight. My headset just feels like really uncomfortable in my head tonight for some reason. So we're going to block 3, throw the Blaze Headlong. I mean, we're basically just sitting here until we die, which feels really bad. It's one thing I don't like about this matchup, like, at least for my experience so far, is that, like, it just, like, it feels like we're just sitting here. Now, they've also hit us with 3 red in the ledgers in 7 turns and a codex, so... Imagine if Cindra was on a horse. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the energy we're looking for right there. Cindra being on a horse would be dope. Would have maybe taken the extra 3 to get daggers back. It could have been worth it, but that puts us at 3, and like anything would dominate probably just kills us. I mean, I guess from 6, almost anything would dominate kills us anyway, right? Because we only really get to block 7 effectively. They went 1 card at the top. And then Azalea? Interesting. I would have assumed they were looking for dominate to end the game. But I guess they're thinking that if they can just continue to hit us over and over again. Block 7. Now they're just going to use bracers here, but still. Oh no, they just have double pump codex. Oh no. What do they discard? The tar pit trap, and then they come in for 8. We block here and then go to 1. All right. Yo, Taylor, what's up, dude? How much later are you going? Let's see, it's 9:37. We probably got one more after this. I really don't want to go out on a game like this. Really don't want to go out on a game like this because it's felt, I don't know, like it's felt kind of weird. Like this game has not been the best game. It's kind of felt like we've just been doing nothing but blocking most of the game and trying to stay alive. So we're probably going to play one more after this, Donald. I think it's their third Remorseless. Yeah. I don't know exactly how many. But yeah, it's been quite a few Remorseless. Cool. Yeah, that was a shellacking. I just felt like we could never recover that game. But I mean, to be fair, like Azalea does feel that way. I mean, they hit us with all 3 Remorseless, and they hit us with all 3 Red in the Ledgers in like an 8 to 9 turn game. So that did not feel the best. All right, let's see. We played against Azalea. We did go second. We lost. Felt behind the whole game. 3 reds in 7 turns and a codex. Felt bad. Could have taken 3 damage to get daggers back. Probably should have. Something to keep in mind. I really like that you guys are like pointing these like play patterns out to me because it's something that I'm not even really considering most of the time. So seeing this kind of stuff is good because it allows me to like put it together in my brain. I'm wondering if our sideboard should just be different, right? Shut up, I don't care about this. Like Warmongers would be really good here over Epots. I'm curious to know how this matchup goes as well. Hey, what's up, Trent? It's been feeling pretty good, honestly. Is this an Imperial Seal of Command matchup? Like, are we on Tide Flippers for the Arcane? I think I'm still interested in like trying to destroy their arsenal though, right, Trent? Let's kind of try the Aurora game plan here and see if it works for us. I don't know if it will, but I'm curious to see how this feels. You could also have blocked more on the turn. You sent CNC. I'd have blocked 8 and sent 4 rather than block 4 and send 6. Okay. I mean, I agree. We don't want to pitch that, but we also have 11 blues in the deck. Like, I think we can pitch pretty consistently, right? And, like, on the turns where they don't have it, we'll just have to, like, get got. And I think Furnace helps us block. I'm going to try the Aurora game plan and see how this feels. I have no idea if this is correct, but, like, I play a very defensive game plan into Vincent when I'm playing Aurora. Also, did I just pick to go second? Please tell me they picked. I'm hoping they picked. I think they did. AB is a trap. I mean, that's very valid. Like, that's an experience I do not have with the matchup. So that is something I'm kind of like waiting in the wings to figure out here. But I do appreciate you telling me that. I think we're just supposed to go dagger, dagger, hot on their heels, demonstrate devotion here. Try to push mask if we can. We can also utilize... that is less than ideal, but we can still try to push mask here. So they block this out, which is perfectly fine. We're going to go hot on their heels and see how they play this one out. Just wait till Regicide wait till Arachne starts to run Regicide. I usually go full aggro against Vincent, no D-reacts, only head jabs. How does that feel, Eduardo? Do you feel like you have a winning, like, percent? Like, do you feel like you win often into, like, that kind of strategy? Like, running that? Because I'm honestly concerned that, like, the idea of just running full aggro into, like, Vincent is not the plan. That they just, like, when I was playing full aggro Aurora into this deck, it just was super bad for us. Because we just kept getting got by random things. I think we're going to throw Brand here and try to push Mask. The Haunting Rendition felt bad, but... I'll also swing one, close the chain, start a new one, flick, so I can get both daggers back. Cole is a gotcha, but I don't think we can play around it. And we want to send Demonstrate Devotion on the third chain link to try and force Mask here. Like, I know that Cole feels bad, but like, they're not showing it face up, and I don't think I can spend the entire game playing scared like that. I don't think that's a winning strategy. I do have a big concern about that. I think that's where a lot of aggro decks go wrong against this hero, is like they start playing scared. When you play scared, you like if you're going to play scared, you have to play the defensive scared game plan. If you're going to play all in balls to the wall, you just have to say, fuck it, we ball, and when they have it, they have it. I don't think there's a middle ground. Well... we're definitely not able to block 6 Rune Chants. Is there any chance we want to put this shit into play? We'll just skip all the Rune Chants and fall down here. I mean... yeah, but it's like they get to not block the Demonstrate Devotion, and then they get to block with 1 card on my Mask chain link. Like, is pushing Mask more important than getting got there? Like, again, I think that's kind of like what I'm like. I think that's kind of the sentiment I'm referring to there, Dot. Is that like your play is more passive and like it is a safer play to play around some of their disruption. But I don't think we have that option in this matchup. I think we actually just have to say like, fuck it, we ball, and hope they don't have it. If you start playing around the smaller number, your opponent will win. So I think Ben's kind of like reiterating what I'm thinking here. It usually works for me. Okay, so maybe we try like all gas and no brakes then after this. Because I know there will be a roar. Like, I know that there'll be Vincents at like the thing I'm going to. What's your plan into Vincent, Rose? Like, you're just running all of it and just saying like, bring it on? This is going to be for 2. So originally Double Strike was in the deck because it helps into like some of the slower, grindier matchups. Since then, we've actually changed and Double Strike's not in the sideboard. I do think that Double Strike is like a heck of a good sideboard card though. And I would like to have it in the deck. Do you think people will respect it? I mean, I don't think people are going to respect Kano because they woke up and they were like, oh my god, I have to respect Kano. If you run into someone who is respecting Kano, then I think it is because they already had it in their sideboard plan. So, like, if you're expecting to catch people not paying a lot of attention because Aurora's gone and Shock Charmers is out of the meta, then you might just, like, spike some events gone. You either got it or I win. I mean, maybe that's just the plan. Like, we could just bring in, like, the Art of the Dragonfires. We could have brought in the... I mean, we've hit on the first few chain links, so we're just going to go ahead and activate this here. Yep. Feels bad, but it is what it is. So they banish a Widespread Ruin. Flick Knives resolves. They go to 28. We are not able to get Mask this turn because of their Coal. Also play Scale into this to force a block or to take your Grasp. Play Scale. Oh, you're saying you play the 1 for 5 that does the things? I don't know why they blocked there. Now they're just forced to take 2 on their... Oh, so they've drawn 2 Deadwood Dirges in 3 turns. Okay. So we're just kind of forced into taking this and playing out our turn, which, I mean, to be fair, like, is fine. It's not like it's the end of the world. We'll just go to 20. I don't think there's a reason to block 6. Throw 3 in Arsenal. That just feels like a bad play. So it's Ronin Renegade into Fire Tenant Strike first, and then Hot on Their Heels for 4, Art of the Dragonblood for 4 to try to force Mask here. Dirge is insane, I agree. Dirge is like one of the, like I think that card's much more powerful than I think the common player probably realizes. Or maybe everybody realizes that, and it's just a common thing, you know?
Freaking go. You love to see
Yo, Fujitora HS. Hope I said that right. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're new to the channel, you're here for the first time. We got 3 questions we ask everybody when you're new to the channel. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. I brought in Furnace in this matchup. Exactly just to be able to block with. That's the only reason that we have it. So the first one hits. We flick to keep this alive, which is fine. We're not going to be able to get our daggers back, which is a little awkward, but, you know. Yeah, like, dirging things that are not rune chants are insane. Like, am I lagging like crazy tonight? Or, like, what is going on right now? So Mask is still alive, and then this is for 4. On hit Mask. So let me ask you guys a question. Let's talk about this for a minute. When you're playing against your opponent, do you say on hit Mask if you play a lot of Ninja? This is a question that, like, a lot of people have asked me in the past playing, like, I played quite a bit of Ninja over the last, like, you know, I played a ton of Fi. You know, do you say on hit Mask when you're playing? I just asked the Kano question on YouTube. My friend told me to pick up this Aurora deck running RTN season. When I did, been in love with the game ever since. Lost 3 top 8 games against some strong Aussie players for RTN and PQs. I mean, dude, well, man, I appreciate the double support. I mean, we're just gonna activate Cindra in response. If you're gonna Purgatory me, we're gonna do this. This is fine. Well, dude, Fujitora, I'm glad you're here with us, man. I'm glad you're hanging out. I'm glad you've enjoyed Flesh and Blood and playing Aurora, but sadly, I think we're all on the boat of finding something after that. Yeah, I think we're all on the boat of finding something after that. If I'm at an armory, I say it. If I'm at a competitive event, I don't. That resonates with me a lot. How do you think which tier should Cindra be at? Is it a good chance to bring her to competition like a PTQ? Zimbang, I hope I said that right. Yeah, I think Cindra is a very good ProQuest pick, to be honest. I think she's perfectly fine in the metagame. I think she does some really powerful things, and I think she's got a good plan into a lot of decks. I have no issues playing her. I think I'm actually going to play Cindra this weekend at my ProQuest. I would bring her to a ProQuest for sure. So we're gonna pitch to the Rune Chance here, and we're actually gonna go ahead and just block this out because our hand is honestly nothing to write home about. I would much rather block this out, Arsenal the Loyalty Beyond the Grave, and then we can try to put one in the graveyard. What is going on with the lag tonight? The lag is killing me. Subscribe and hope you have a good day. Dude, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the sub and thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good night, buddy. Why doesn't Cindra play Fang Tome of Imperial Flame? It's banned, right? That card's banned, I think. Cindra is probably like BC right now in a relatively unknown meta. I always remember in 1PQ, I remembered you reminded your Cindra opponent. So I will say, somebody who said it feels like if I feel like a scumbag or not, Rob. So I have to say that the sentiment that that Ben said a second ago of if I'm at an armory every day of the week and twice on Sunday, and if I'm at a competitive event, no. And it's that's exactly how I play the game. That is how I play the game. That is how I want to play the game. That is what I want. That is what I want. That's how I want everybody to be. At a competitive event, you should have to remember your opponent's triggers, and you should not be given free nonsense. Because your opponent didn't announce something like this, you should have to remember your opponent's stuff. And if your opponent doesn't announce Mask, they're not a scumbag for not announcing that at a competitive event. Now, if we're at an armory, yeah, I'm always going to announce that to you just because that's who I am. They're going to pay a life here and go to 21. It's free real estate. Yo, what? I mean, I personally think that was just incredibly wrong. I don't understand the rationale behind it. I mean, maybe they're going to flail me after this. Is there any slight chance Art of War gets unbanned? I highly doubt it. I highly, highly doubt Art of War gets unbanned. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything could happen, but I highly doubt Art of War gets unbanned. So we're going to block Oath of Loyalty and Loyalty Beyond the Grave. So I can't block this. I mean, I could deny them the flail hit here by blocking this. I mean, I think it matters, right? Guessing you already have your thoughts on Original Serenade? Oh, dude, Kevin, card was trash. If we have to pick Go again, that card is literally unplayable, bro. No! No! Ah! Well, sometimes we make choices and we have to live with them. Big Sag. Okay. Anyhoozle, that was not what I thought happened. I personally thought that that took us back into the game. Okay. Just remove Runeblade from the card and it's still playable in Acilio. Honestly, yeah, like, I actually don't hate that. Like, I think it's actually fine in Acilio. Cannot believe I just left that game. That was such a boob play. God, that's so frustrating. Well, I don't know how that game was gonna end, but I'm just not gonna add it to like our list, our registry of games from tonight. There's no reason to. I mean, let's talk about the list here. I don't know. Like, I like Breaking Point quite a bit. Here's my question. Like, what are we cutting? So, like, earlier, Ben made the comment that we should be on main deck Art of the Dragonfire, which is fine. I can live with that. I have no problem with that. We have 9 blues and we have Blood Splattered Vest. What are we cutting? I do not want to play Tome of Imperial Flame. I don't like that card. I don't think that card's good. Dude blew us out of the game. That's right. Mark the L, my guy. That's a concession, bro. Get out of here. Do you plan to play Cindra or other aggro decks, or is it time to go full Acilio Wombo combo? I actually am probably going to play Cindra this weekend at my ProQuest. I am missing a few Florian cards that I don't feel like buying. Like, I think I only own 1 Felling of the Crown, and I think I only own 2 Plow Unders. I also don't want to play Jarl because the deck just feels super mediocre. Ancestral in the side? Like, we could play Ancestral in the side. I don't hate Ancestral as like a sideboard tech. I just like, I worry about like, what all are we adding here? I don't know. Like, I'm super curious to know like what we cut. If we cut Art of the Dragon Blood and we add in Art of Dragon Fire, like, I think that's probably fine. Is this 9 blues some sort of answer for Jarl? So it's also, like, it is an answer for Jarl, but it's also, like, I think just the better way to play Cindra because it adds a level of consistency to your deck. Is the older iteration of Cindra just not good anymore? I mean, I think you're talking about the all red version. I think the all red version is fine. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That feels completely fine to me. Yo, Rotor-Roller, what's up, dude? I just think that the blues add so much consistency. I'm not sold on the one of Concealed Blade. I've been told a couple times tonight that it's like necessary, so I'm kind of like taking your all's word for it. I kind of want to play 2 copies of Warmonger's Diplomacy in the side. I don't think Burdens of the Past is actually that good, if I'm being honest. I do not think that's very good. Yeah, I agree. Like, random Majestics being $70 are crazy to me. That is wild. Majestics should never exceed $50 price limits, in my opinion. Like, I don't really want to cut more Ignites. So Blaze Headlong is a 0 for 4. Like, do we cut Ronin Renegade and just play 1 for 5s? Yeah, New was the 3rd most winning deck this past weekend. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Knives Out is fine, but I don't think it's better than any of the blues we're playing right now. Like, this is a blue 1 for 5. Stab Wound, I think, has potential value. Like, I guess they're both, like, 2, so to speak. Hey, Kevin, what's up, dude? I don't know. I'm really struggling with, like, what to sideboard. Sound the Alarm has been insane tonight. Like, I refuse to cut that card. If we move Art of the Dragonfire to the main deck, we can play Breaking Point in the side. We're currently on 9 1-costs in the main deck. We are on Demonstrate Devotion, Spreading Flames, and I lied. Are we only on 6? We're only on 6. We are trying to cook up a blue list. Warmongers is actually a pretty good card. Yeah, dude, like, I have to say, Sound the Alarm has exceeded every expectation tonight. We had a game against a Fang earlier, like a the non-fatigue Fang game that we played, where this allowed us to get a second the draw card, Loyalty Beyond the Grave, and it just, like, allowed us to be insane. Art of Dragonblood's not needed with blues. I'm skeptical. Imagine Warmongers during that Azalea game. You would have only lost by 5. Oh, dude. Nate's out here killing me, bro. So, I mean, do we just cut Lantern? I'm really skeptical of cutting the Art of the Dragonbloods. So, Art of the Dragonfire, like, and Trent, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just very skeptical. I do like 9 1-costs in the deck. I think 9 1-costs where we situationally side up to 12 is a really good play. Kind of a useless card you can use. I mean, it was really powerful in, like, the Cheerios version of the deck. Red in the Ledger is a very obnoxious card to have to play around. I honestly think we should not be playing this card. If you want the truth, I think we should be on, like, this in the sideboard. And then I think the Command and Conquer should just be like a hard popper. Like, just straight popper.
You love to see it.
Yo, Diego Correa? I hope I said that right. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot, Diego. Add 1 Fire Tenant Strike first and 1 set of Dragonblood. I'm not sure what Ben was saying yeah to exactly. Is a staple for the Ninja for a reason. You should play it. So, I don't think we need to be on that because I also think we're going to cut Epot and I think we're going to play 2 Warmongers Diplomacy in the sideboard, right? Because it's a fine Chain Ender. Like, I'm so skeptical of this card. I'm so skeptical of this card. Like, adding Art of the Dragonfire, we cut Art of the Dragonblood. I think Trent threw that idea out. I think cutting the 3rd Ronin Renegade is fine. I like having 2 copies of Ignite, 2 copies of Lava Burst. I mean, we could cut Lava Burst. How many Enders would that give us in the deck? That would give us, like, 1 set of traditional Enders in the main deck. And then if we bring in Breaking Point, we go up to 8 Enders, like Chain Enders. So right now, my plan against the Mirror would be if we go second, I would be on Breaking Point, Loyalty, Shelter. What do you guys think about Red Battlefront Bastion? Just as, like, a straight popper against Prism. And I know I've been hurt by Prism too many times, but, like, I don't know. What are we adding if we cut Lantern, though? Like, are we adding the 3rd Warmongers in if we cut Lantern? Like, also, if we cut this, what are we doing against Kano? Are we just, like, losing to Kano, or are we just trying to kill them? We don't just strictly lose to Warmongers, though, right? I run 1 Art of Dragon Blood and 3 Art of Dragon Fires with 11 blues. How many ignites are you on, James? I agree. Burst is really good. That's why I don't want to cut it. You just race Kano and hope they don't have it. Popping feels so dumb against Prism. Do you have a 6 attack? Good thing I have these boots over here, so unless you are playing Brute, try again. I mean, it can be kind of like... I do think it can be a little dissatisfying, Cutie. I agree. Into Kano, you just kill him in 3 turns or lose in 2. That's really depressing to hear, I'm not gonna lie. I prefer Fighting Spirit as a 7 popper. So Fighting Spirit is like fine, right? Like, it's fine. It's the same thing as Battlefront Bastion, except like we could potentially, so like into Prism, we need 9 cards. So it's Battlefront Bastion. We trade out the Furnace for the like Tunic on Demand. And then we bring in the defense reactions. Maybe we bring in Shelters and Breaking Points instead of Loyalty Beyond the Grave. And we try to disrupt them as much as we can. I mean, Warmongers doesn't affect us, sure. Spellfray for Kano and pray to the Lord. I mean, yeah. I guess the real question is, like, against Kano, are you bringing in the 3 other blues? Or against Kano, is it just... Like, against Kano, is it Breaking Point, Sound the Alarm, and the 3 blues? So, the reason to play Battlefront Bastion Bin is because we want this to play around Herald of Triumph. So if I'm going to run this, I don't really like running yellows. Like, I understand being able to pitch into Dagger, but if we have a blue, we can also just throw this as a 3 for 7, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to, like, necessarily block with it if we don't want to. Yeah, Imperial Seal of Command is definitely like a... Like, win. I'm not going to say win more, but... I'm probably going to try this. I don't even know if I have a Concealed Blade. Does anybody know how much Concealed Blades are off the top of their head? Because, like, if I was just going to play, like, a 6-popper, I would probably play something like Erase Face, right? Because Erase Face at least has play into other matchups. Why Shelter over Sync? Isn't Sync just the best card in the game? I mean, Sync is really powerful, Kafrika. I do agree. I do agree that it's very powerful. But I think that Shelter is really good into the Mirror. I think it's good into like any other aggro deck. At like being able to like block random pings here and there. It's good against Rune Chance randomly, so... I don't know. I kind of think I might try this for now. Like, I definitely don't hate Fighting Spirit as like another option, like to potentially gain us alive. But I do like the idea that we could use Battlefront Bastion to pop the first thing they throw at us. And then like from there, if they throw another 7, we could give like Shelter and Furnace. And like we use 2 cards and we get to keep 2 cards in an arsenal and try to like put pressure on them. Blanche is actually just better, right? I don't hate that. God, do I even own this card? Isn't this like a random like M or something crazy? Oh no, this is a rare from what? Oh, this is a rare from Mistveil? Oh, okay, well cool. I definitely own this card then. Plus, like if we get to hit them with this, this could be really powerful to like shut their turn down. I actually really like Blanche as a popper. And I guess into Prism, we just bring in Blanche, Shelter, and Breaking Point. I don't hate that. Yeah, good call, Pockets. Good call. I mean, we could try Spell Void too. I don't hate that. Like if we were to run, like we would have to run like, we would have to run Lantern and then we'd have to run like 2 pieces of Spell Void. I think we're gonna have to try it like this for now, to be honest. Maybe there's a world where we're supposed to be on 2 Ronin Renegades and 3 Ignites. How do you guys feel about Ignite versus Ronin Renegade? What do you mean you invested heavy into this card? It's a common. What does that even mean? What? What? You're gonna have to tell me about that one, Kafrika. Love Ignite. Maybe we try 3 Ignites. Also works with like the amount of like heavy 1-costers we're playing. I mean, are we just supposed to be on like 3 Lava Bursts at that point? Like cut this and play a 3rd Lava Burst as well? Because then that gives us 6 natural Chain Enders in the deck. I spent $10 and bought out all the regular Surprise. Oh, the EA version. Okay, I forgot there was an EA version. Okay, that makes sense, Kafrika. So you think we're better off to just run Cloak and like Spellfray Cloak and Spellfray Boots and just run Spellfray 2? I have to admit, I have a lot of skepticism about this. I mean, it's probably just better than anything else, right? I mean, I do like the... So we're playing 5 main deck finishers, but like when we sideboard in the mirror, we're bringing in breaking points, loyalties, and shelters. Against like Fang, we're bringing in like sound the alarms, loyalties, and shelters. Like we're bringing in like these defense reactions to like help us a little bit. Against Fang, we can also go sound the alarm, breaking point, and loyalty beyond the grave. I don't hate that at all, to be honest. I like the 3 Warmongers diplomacy, and I guess I'm gonna have to test Imperial Seal of Command into certain decks. I think we're gonna call the deck here tonight. I don't know. 3 Lava Bursts is correct in my opinion. I worry about the consistency so much. So, like, what are our natural starters if that's the case? Like, things that just start our turns. If we're on 3 Lava Bursts. Well, I do own Arcanite Fortress, but it only gets Spell Void based off the number of things, right? Like, we have to play the other one. I mean, it's the same thing, though, right? Is there any chance we want Skullcap as well? And we could just run Spell Void 3? I mean, we can, but it's only Spell Void 1, right? And there's no matchup like we'd ever play that in. So it's kind of the same thing, right? So a lot of people were telling me, Trent, that we're just supposed to not play AB and we're just supposed to try to race them. Which, I mean, like, I don't hate. I'll have to think about this one, Pockets. That one's a little bit of a throw. That's an interesting one for me. So with the 9 blues, we have the dagger consistency to be able to start with. Ignite, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. There are 18 cards in our deck that have non-conditional go again. We'll try it like this. We'll try it like this and see what happens. Technically better Spell Void 1 because you can also use it into Acilio. And any non-Kano matchup that needs Spell Void. But I don't think we need Spell Void in other matchups, do we? Like what? Like we don't even have... Like there's going to be nothing in the metagame that's like playing these other like random little pings that we want Spell Void against, right? Like Aurora was the big one. I mean, I guess technically it is just better against Acilio if we're not going to just like... I mean, we're probably just supposed to like play Blood Splattered Vest and just try to juice them, right? Like against Acilio, it's probably just Breaking Point. Probably just Breaking Point. Loyalties, 2 Shelters, and Imperial Seal of Command. I mean, I guess the fact of being able to block 1 and spell void 1 is just technically better. So it's probably just a good add into the deck. It doesn't hurt anything, right? Like, it's the same card as playing the Spellfray Cloak, except, like, I own this card, so it's fine. I don't know. I do like the idea of playing this card because, I do like the idea of playing that card because I've never got to play it and I have it in my sideboard. I've had it in my binder forever. So, anyway. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys for being here and chilling, helping with the Cindra deck. I've never played Cindra on like at a rated event, so this will be a first for me this weekend. We'll probably be streaming this the rest of the weekend just to try and prep for ProQuest and try to be as prepared as I can. If you guys are looking for games, you're looking to test the rest of the week, I'd love some reps. I'd love some help. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll be playing some Cindra, probably be working on this list here again that we put together, playing some more games and seeing what we can make happen. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.